going on?
What's up?
How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, doing great. Summer's just about here. It's going to be a good one.
Almost here.
Almost.
Hey,
I'm
it's right around the corner,
already
man. Don't worry too much.
Oh,
It's time to start
it's
partying
here
either
already.
Yeah, no, it's definitely time. It's close enough that you can party and you don't have to worry about making any apologies.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I'm from New Orleans, so it's here and it's
Mhm.
kicking us.
Oh, it's summertime every day down there.
Yeah, it's getting kind of toasty over here in Texas, but not too bad yet. Not that
Oh,
horrible.
Bama's miserable.
How?
I know that feeling. Tonight, guys, we got two new co-hosts and a guest. We have Fanta with us.
Hi.
Hey, Phantom.
And we also have Fusebox with us. Ben, how do you say your last name? I don't want to get it wrong.
It's Fuselier.
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 See, I knew it. I knew it
Ben,
was going to be
got
different than what I was thinking.
It's I hear the Louisiana in that.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
And that's how the
All right.
Fuse box was born.
So tonight we'll be looking at the age of cringe with Marvel, and it's not specifically just Marvel; it's all over the board right now. And then we'll be looking at what our expectations will be for Batman Caped Crusader Season 2, because it is in development right now. And then we'll be taking a look at Ben's campaign over on Fund My Comic, right?
It's on Fund My Comic and Indiegogo and
Okay.
Kickstarter, but right now Indiegogo's in the lead.
Ooh,
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so
Oh,
we'll
I'm
be
gonna
looking
pull
at
that one
issue
up.
2 of Outlaw Nights.
nice.
With us in the chat right now is our Luniverse. What's going on, Luniverse?
Hey, Luniverse, what's up?
He says, yes, you guys saved me from boredom.
Nice. That's what we're here for.
He
Exactly.
said, Nollins, you got a gumbo recipe?
Just slightly more than boredom.
Well, I must specify, I can't have seafood because of my mom. She's allergic. Just tell her to take
Oh,
the drill,
man,
she'll be
that
fine.
sucks. I don't know if I'll be able to live without seafood.
No.
Some Benadryl will do just fine, man. She'll make it.
Yeah.
Epinephrine shot.
Right.
Have that handy just in case.
But
And
before
then
we get on to
cayenne.
all of that, I got something cool in the mail today. I got, looks like a comic from NTM Comics. So you know that's Noah's Cactus.
It's Noah.
Yep. So I'm going to pop that open right
Yeah,
now.
we
Let me-
gotta see
let me
that.
blow up so everybody can see what's going on here.
Yeah.
I backed this a while back. Been waiting on this one for a good time.
Yeah.
But Noah is actually I think the youngest blood up in our community of indie
Mhm.
creators.
Yeah, I
And,
remember he was. It was pretty promising. It was kind of cool seeing somebody that young, that good. I don't think I was anywhere near that level.
I first noticed him on Peter Cimetti's open mic night way back in the early 2020, 2021 when I was still promoting. And
Wow.
oh, look at that. He says, no knife, pull tab.
Oh, Lordy.
All right, so duly noted there, Noah. Let's open this up, see what we got going. Nicely packaged. He's got it taped on the side so it doesn't move around.
Is it like how I package things, where I just completely wrapped everything in the tape?
No,
Make it really hard.
We're just on the side onto the cardboard, so it's not
okay.
damaging anything.
I like taking packaging tape and just wrapping everything and making it waterproof and making it possible to open.
Oh, okay. So I backed both volume 1 and 2. Nice.
Ooh.
So I've got Maverick Decimation. This is the cover for volume 1.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's the one. I remember looking at that.
And that's a pretty thick
Wow,
book.
that's a thick
thick
book.
Yeah. So a lot of reading material to go there. I'm excited. This is his first outing. And he's been taking notes with Corey and Clay Bart. Yeah, Corey and Clay Barton and some other artists and everything. So he's been getting a lot of help from the community, which I commend. That's really cool that
Yeah.
they were helping
Yeah,
out.
good on him, man.
Really young
Yeah,
dude.
that's awesome too.
Yeah, volume 2. I love that cover.
When he 17 when he made the first one?
Right.
Yeah, 16
Yeah.
to 17. Yeah.
That's
So,
crazy.
Congrats on finally fulfilling those, man. I'm proud of you, Noah.
Yeah, I wonder what he's
And,
doing
Yeah.
these days.
I heard he's got a lady.
Oh, that's why he
Yeah.
hasn't been around.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Let's get me off.
Give him a couple more years, he'll be back.
Yeah. And the next one will be Maverick's Heartbroken.
Oh yeah. Shattered
That-
dreams.
Death to all bimbos or something.
That's the villain arc.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But yeah, these look really cool. Let's see what I got. Oh, I got a print back here. Let me blow back up.
Ooh.
We got a print and some stickers. I like that holographic sticker there.
yeah.
And some trading cards.
Man,
We
I
need
love
to do
trading
that.
cards. I every time I see everybody's trading cards, I've got my favorites, but yeah, I love seeing trading cards.
These are some gnarly names for his characters. The Portenter and then Corbishi Inc.
Huh.
Huh. Maverick.
But that's some good art. I like them. That's really cool. Thank you, Noah. I appreciate it.
Yeah, good job, Noah.
It's nice seeing people fulfill around these parts. And,
And you know what? I'm wondering what I still need to get. I know I've got like a list. I have, you have to get like this. I'm at a point where I haven't been backing a whole lot lately. But
'Cause you're still waiting on everything to show up. You have you literally have like a list, like a hit list.
There's a list of backed up books, and one of them goes back to 2021, and that book was already late at 2021.
Right.
Not for
Lunaverse
me,
says,
but it was
well, I know
like-
this is shellfish, but I can take your best gumbo recipe, seafood or not. And then he says, I must say, my favorite part from last night over on Peter Orchard's channel, Peter Orchard Studios,
Yeah.
was when Megatron transformed into a tampon for Starscream. Yeah. So,
Thanks for that, Jake. That was the
If you
highlight
missed
of
that
that episode.
stream,
not a problem.
Yeah, go over
Happy
to
to
Peter
help
Orchard
out.
Studios.
But yeah, we talked about Transformers over on your show, and it got raunchy at one of those parts. But
That's my channel. That's what I expect.
you
That's
know.
all right.
just trying to see
Okay.
just how far we can go without getting demonetized, or getting
Yeah.
demonetized.
But what are some books that you guys have backed lately? Fanta, Ben, Peter.
I
Well,
haven't
I was
backed
trying to find it
anything
out,
lately.
but then I'm like trying to log in, and now apparently I just started a new account with the same
Okay.
email.
So
That's weird.
Fanta, Ben.
I've been waiting for Jack the Ripper,
There we go.
Okay.
Vampire Hunter 1 and 2, and Peter Gilmore's art book. I've been waiting for that.
Okay.
So I'm anxiously awaiting it. I think I just got the last thing I got was Patty Q's Phenomenon,
Okay.
the Russian thing.
How was it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't.
It hasn't come in yet.
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
here. I just haven't been able to read it yet. But
Right.
from what he talks about it, he really is excited about it. So it's making me feel good about it.
He got me very excited about it when I had him on my channel. I mean, holy God. Like, I haven't backed a book in quite a while because I've been
Okay.
broke as heck. But
I know that.
Join the
feeling.
club.
You got to start prioritizing
Yeah.
which books. I used to back a lot more books than I have lately. That's for sure.
I gotta say, yeah, like Quinn sold me on that book. And so tomorrow I am backing it because I gotta
Nice.
get that thing. Like,
I-
holy God, like that is what I've been waiting for in indie comics, is like an elaborate story like that.
Yeah.
Right.
He's on
Pitter
the
Patter
second
was the
one
last
now.
one. What was that?
I said he's on his second one now, so somehow I gotta get it. But I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
I don't know.
Are you good?
Pitter Patter was the last one that I backed. And
He
That
enjoyed it
was
so
yours.
much that he had to give me a fucking copy.
yeah, because I had to prove that I was right.
Oh,
It
no.
was worth backing the second time just to send it to you and prove I was right about that.
And he did prove me wrong, dude. That thing is a gem. That is a diamond in the rough. I am surprised.
If you
how
want
much
to,
I
you
enjoyed
need
it.
to take a collection, like go through the old live streams, take a collection of clips of every time you guys talked about pitter patter. Like seriously, like
God.
Jake, if you don't do it, Peter, you need to do it and make
Yeah.
a video out of that just to rub it in.
It is kind of a funny
'Cause
little
it
art.
got kind of hard there a couple times.
It started with me. I'm the one that found it. It was like, this looks
Yeah.
like fucking horrible. And then we looked at it, we laughed, and then I looked at it again the next episode, and I was like, I don't know, that looks like it might actually be kind of good. And then I was like, kind of just waiting to pull the trigger. I really wanted to, and eventually I did back it. And when it came in, I was blown away. I was like, way better. And then for the next several months, I'm like telling you guys, this book is way better than we thought. And then eventually I had to buy you a copy and send it just to prove that shit, man.
Yeah, you proved it, dude. Like for a while, this is the most enjoyment I've gotten out of an indie comic. Not like story wise or anything, but just like how fun it is.
Like the presentation,
The
like
presentation is just totally gnarly. Like it's a disgusting looking book. I'll say that.
But it
Let me
works.
throw it up here for you.
dude. It is that cover does not do him justice.
No,
That's
it doesn't.
nothing against the artist or anything, but it just does the packaging just doesn't.
So
sell.
this is how grotesque this art is.
Oh God.
Yes.
But it fits. It
Yeah,
works
it
with
totally
the
fits the
story.
though. It's insane how good this book is. Like it's raunchy. It's what we are. It's Grody. It's Grody to the
ridiculous.
max, and I'm so glad Peter talked me into reading it.
It is worth every penny, dude. And I haven't
Oh,
said that about a
100%.
back book in a long time.
I want
There's only
issue
a few. Yeah, I actually got issue. That's issue 2. That's like the prequel. I've actually got he sent me when I ordered this. He actually sent me the out of print prequel or the original number 1, and it's just as good. It's different, but it's
Right.
just as good as that book. I'm like, I can't wait. Once Pitter Patter 2 comes out, I'm getting him on, and we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna promote the hell out of it.
What's going on, Shadow Punk? Thanks for showing up, man.
Hey, Shadow Punk.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Stanley.
I was saying hi to shut up. I didn't want to interrupt.
Other than that, Godlike 2 is the last one. I'm still waiting on Super Killer. And one of the oldest ones I'm waiting on is... Can you take a guess?
Yeah, Black Flag.
Black Flag.
Oh God.
Since 2021. I even told him at this point, after that video that he made, I was like, dude, you just keep the money, keep the book. I don't want it anymore. Like, and I'm not that. I don't like saying that because usually politics and people's squabbles don't really bother me, and I don't give a shit about what is him and what's going on.
Right.
I don't like the video that he made bringing his kids to a Twitter battle with somebody with like a 30-year-long friendship that he's got, just a dog on it, and it's just like, man, that's not cool. Don't do that.
It
I'm
was.
sure I'll end up getting that book eventually, and then I'll have to read it, but who knows?
So like, has he updated? Like, does he tell everybody why it's delayed?
Well, he had a lot of issues. There was medical issues. He had health problems. He moved into a new house, and so he has reasons why it was delayed.
Okay, but how long does it take to move into a house? I can get medical, but how long does it take to move into a house?
At the same time, Shane Davis moved and put 2 comic books out.
I rest my case.
I
But
like
he
that.
has-
Hear that.
Yeah. But then also Fraga had the
He's been having internet problems for a while.
Oh, man.
Shadowpunk
Did my
says,
internet
"Hey,
go out again?"
Fanta."
Every time that happens tonight, you have to take a shot.
Yeah, dude, my internet's
Who's
still
watching?
doing it.
You got to take a shot every time that happens.
Did I freeze in like a funny weird pose? Like,
Yeah, you did.
You're always in a funny, weird pose.
I just
Oh,
I
I just,
assumed
like-
that Fraga knew you were talking about him and he sabotaged.
yeah, maybe. He
Good.
might have been in there yesterday too.
No, because if you
yesterday was
sabotaged him,
cold.
you wouldn't know for 4.5 years.
I want to say
Hell yeah.
thank you guys for reading Shadowpunk last time.
Yeah, man, Shadowpunk was cool.
Yeah, Matt has been so good to me. He made me a 3D printed the main character.
Okay.
Oh
and
yeah.
he 3D made me a cyber frog, and
Yeah, man.
he sent me the book as well. And so I have the book. I know it's beautiful because I did a video for it a while back,
Okay.
and I remember it. And I just want to say, can't wait for the next one. I know he's working on it. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Issue number 2. Can't
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
It's coming. And anybody who's interested in 3D, I don't know, Shadowpunk, if you're like for hire, but man, this guy does amazing 3D sculptures as well
really does.
as his awesome comic books. So he's somebody to like keep in your, on your friend list because he's good.
Did you see his Daryl Dixon? Oh my God.
I saw, what did he do? Gem Shock. I've seen the Inglorious Rex statue.
He-
The his Shadowpunk one looked freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just
And
like, man,
when
I
he
do that?
sent me the first Shadowpunk one, its wing had broken. He sent me a whole new one.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
And that's
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
customer service.
yeah, good customer service right there.
I
man.
keep trying to get him to give me that Daryl Dixon. I know he won't, but worth a shot.
You know, I have a 3D printer of my own, and I go on Thingiverse because people download free files for people to grab and just, use of their own accord.
Mhm.
And so I went on there and I decided to type in one little character from our little circuit here in the indie comics, and look who I found. I found Cyberfrog up on Thingiverse.
That is not Shadowpunk Cyberfrog, by the way.
No, it's not. I don't know who this guy is. He
Oh,
calls
man.
himself Rad Matt, but he created a Cyberfrog that everybody can get.
Is
their
it
hands
free?
on. Yeah, it's free. I could download the file right now and start making them.
Oh Lord.
Oh man, I got to look into that because I got a 3D printer I've never used, and I need to use it.
I tell you what, dude, a 3D printer is so much fun, but if you don't use it, don't get it, because there's a lot of stuff out there. Like, you can make parts for your car, like little 3D printed parts to like connect stuff
Fishing lures.
inside in the interior. You can make little like tools that can go out in your shed. There's a plethora of stuff that you can do with 3D printing and filament. It's just that it takes time. If it fucks up, you got to start over, which means that's more filament. It's very much a niche thing that if you want it to be a hobby, make sure you want it to be a hobby.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
Matt is so good at it.
Shadowpunk says anything for Fanta.
Oh,
Excellent taste.
love you.
Uh,
So
3D
awesome.
3D figures will play a huge role in my next campaign. That's cool.
Oh,
awesome. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that.
Heck yeah.
oh. I think we're getting another little movie trailer, aren't we, Matt? If you could let us know. That first one was really good. He said it took him like 2 years to do that.
Dang.
Oh, really?
Yeah, did you ever see it?
Which
It was like a
one was
little
that?
10-minute movie, like animated video of his.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, you
Man,
can.
if I did, that would have been like a couple years ago now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here's the link to it, and I'll definitely play it.
I
I'm looking at some of my old campaigns that I'm still waiting on,
Yeah.
and most of them have actually fulfilled. I just got Core Draft 2. Reaper Destroyer was one I was waiting on. That one came in. So now I'm like halfway through. What have I got? Like, still wait. Gem Shock. Okay, Gem Shock will probably be the next oldest one.
Yeah. Shadowpunk says the 3D figures alone are taking him an entire year to do, so probably no new trailer.
wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got AI, right? That should be easy to make some trailers pretty quick.
Yeah. Speaking of, let's talk about Outlaw Nights for a second. Peter, if you want to bring up a campaign
Yeah.
for me.
Got it right here. Let me
Ben,
present.
how long have you
share
been working on
screen.
Outlaw Nights? And what exactly inspired it?
Well, I've been working on the comic series for about 4 years now.
Okay.
And I've been playing around with the idea for like close to 20.
Nice.
Oh
So that one's just been stewing for a hot minute.
Yeah, you got a little R&D on this one.
yeah, because I was a film guy at first, and this was sort of a movie idea that I was saving in the back of my mind that I was like, well, someday when I'm super rich and famous, I'll be able to produce this. And then as I got older, as I got into my late 20s, I finally realized, well, that's not the most realistic goal,
Sure.
So, and I pretty much had to kind of step away from film for a while. And then I decided, I started paying attention to the indie comics boom. It started off with EVS. And so, I was just seeing so many newcomers like making comics and getting them funded. So I thought like I'm a writer. I want to jump in on this. So, and then I was trying to think, I'm like, what would I write a comic about? And then I realized I'm like, I've got an idea like that I haven't done anything with. So, everything just kind of came together that way. And I think it works better as a comic, honestly.
I'm not gonna lie, I do
Nice.
enjoy the art. The art's stellar.
Oh, well,
Oh, you
Sorry,
know
looking at it
what?
right here.
Hold on, let me stop screen and share it again so I can add audio. So we can
Okay.
watch the trailer. Yeah. Hold on one second.
No
Sorry
problem.
about that. Present, share
good.
screen. It just hit me right as you did that. Okay, here we
No.
go.
Because when I first saw this, for the first issue,
Yeah,
we
it-
saw it over when we were still on Dojo Coon's channel.
Yeah,
Yep.
I remember the
And,
first one.
And it looked awesome. I didn't have any fucking money at the time, but I really wanted to back this one because it looks so good.
Oh yeah, Outlaw 1. I remember this particular image right here. This
Yep.
spaceship looks badass, dude.
We had
I
a whole
like this one.
conversation about the spaceships.
I like seeing cool looking spaceships, man, and this one got me. But all right, so we got Outlaw Nights 2. Are we gonna watch this trailer? What is
Oh,
this?
absolutely.
Let's do it. All right. Let me know
Blow
if
it
you
up.
can hear the audio. It should be.
Yep, we got it.
Nice.
The music's really doing it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I like this trailer. I
wanted
gotta
to
say the artwork actually is like an improvement on the first one.
I've heard that from a couple people, like, and I was very pleasant. I was very happy to hear that because I've been kind of experimenting a bit. Like, I kind of wanted to, like, I've decided to I'm gonna try to do a new artist for each issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Until one just kind of really, like, I'm just kind of like, okay, I got to keep you, But
Yeah. This is from
and-
the first issue, right? This image right here.
that is actually an issue 2 artwork page.
Okay, I thought I saw this in the first campaign.
Well, I threw it on the Second Chance campaign just for,
That's what it was. Okay.
I cheated it a little,
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. So what's this story about?
So Outlaw Nights, this is issue 2 of about a 10-issue series, although it may go on longer depending.
Wow.
But this takes place in the 31st century. Humanity has begun colonizing into outer space, and history is very much repeating itself as the nations of Earth are all at each other's throats, competing over territory and resources. It is a violent, chaotic time period, to be sure. And basically the governments of Earth have all kind of taken on a very tyrannical, authoritarian stance. However, the further out into space you go, the less of a grip they have on the colonies, which has led to a major boom in crime and in particular in piracy.
Okay.
And in the midst of all that, we've got our boy Cyrus Lawson,
Who's that?
who
Is that this guy?
oh no, that's the villain of issue 2.
Okay, is that this guy?
It's the guy with the gun right there.
Nice, right there. All right.
And Cyrus has had kind of a rough, he's kind of a rough go of it in his young life. And he has settled on a small, insignificant, out of the way colony called Therese. And he's joined the colony guard there, but he's not expecting a lot of trouble. Because, I mean, who would want to attack a place like Therese? I mean, come on. It's in the boonies. But right from the get-go of issue 1, his little oasis is ripped right from under him as the pirates of the ship Hazard invade his settlement looking for a special piece of data. And this data has got information that is going to lead to a treasure that everybody and their mothers got their eyes on. Governments, pirates, criminal organizations, bounty hunters, everybody wants it. So this is a rat race in the making. And push comes to shove, without giving issue 1 away too much, our boy has been kidnapped by these pirates. And so now he is getting a first-hand look at the underworld of the 31st century, and he's having his very rigid sense of morality challenged, because the guys he thinks are the good guys, well, they may not necessarily be so good, and vice versa.
Oh. And seeing I don't know okay. First, I got to ask: we got space. Are we going to get aliens, or is this more like a Firefly, where this is all about mainly just humans?
It's Firefly-esque in that there are aliens, but they're not humanoid, hyper intelligent. They're basically dinosaur. Animals. Yeah,
like this little dinosaur dude.
They're critters.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
I like that approach. That's actually low key, not been done.
But that's basically how I think of aliens in real life. I honestly think everybody's assuming they're all flying around in spaceships and they're as smart as we are and all that. And it's like, I think they're most likely like every other animal we've seen.
Yeah, like bacteria is going to be like the number one chance of life that we see somewhere.
Well, I'm saying
Edwin, what's up, man?
I'm saying there may also be large animals, but they're probably not much smarter than your typical animal on Earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my thing.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man.
So on the list here, you just got to run through this list.
Oh yeah, 6 a.m. right there.
You've got outer space.
Yep.
You've got pirates.
Yes.
You've got treasure.
Yes.
Big fucking guns.
Oh yes.
What else needs to be added to that, gentlemen? Phantom.
Hot
what
babes.
else needs to be added to this list?
Hot
Sexy
babes,
people.
big tits, right there.
Yeah, we got big tits and alcohol in there too, so I think we're sold.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one.
And for
That's
the
what I look
ladies, you notice a lot of our main characters, they're all handsome and buff. So
I was going to say the cute little alien creatures, but yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's
now,
awesome.
the one character that sticks out to me most with this story is the guy with the one eye. He kind of looks like Kurt Russell from
Is that Snake
Is it
Plissken?
this guy?
Escaping Las Vegas. Yeah, Escape from New York.
Yeah, Snake
Yeah,
Plissken.
No, go down. Yeah.
I should have worn my Snake Plissken shirt.
No, you're good.
I don't know if I have too many images of him.
Yeah,
on
that
this
dude. That dude in the middle of the fight. The dude with the white
Yeah,
trench
he looks
coat,
cool. He's
leather
got a
trench.
beard. I like, beards are cool.
That is Ivory, the captain of Hazard, and
I like the name.
and he and Cyrus, I would say, are kind of the heart of the whole saga, because they're kind of opposing. They're opposites. They foil each other, and the story centers around them in many ways, because they're very different, but we're gonna play around with that. We're gonna have some fun. I have to be vague. I can't give everything away.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, sure, yeah.
Okay.
Can you tell us anything about what happens in the first issue, if for anyone who might have read it, or maybe a synopsis, so that people who haven't read it might go back it and then back this one as well?
Oh, I can tell you that issue 1 was just action packed. It was the pirates blowing through the security checkpoint of Therese. Cyrus and his team are called to respond. They basically detain 2 of the pirates. Then the away team leader, Kodiak, comes busting through. Big old gunfight. Cyrus gets captured. More gunfights, more backstabbing. A few of the crew basically were betrayed by the main part of the crew. And so, it's there's a lot going on.
I'm showing that right now. I'm showing pages from the first book. Right, this is from the first book.
Yeah, because Serpent was kind of going undercover as a bartender, because he's the con man of the group. So
Okay.
I love that Gatling gun, dude.
Is
How many pages
the guy
is
on the
each
right
book?
there with the sticker?
Yes.
What's that?
I've already
That's-
got him as my favorite character.
Yes, Serpent. He's the wily actor, trickster type, and he's a damn good gunslinger.
Mo Biggs is in the house.
Hey, Mo
Mo.
Biggs,
Mo.
what's going on? Hey, wait a minute! It's Thursday. How are you in here? I thought you can't do Thursdays.
Mo has to show up to talk about how I don't have enough women. That's what he does when I go on a stream.
Wait, women?
Yes.
We
He
got a
says
lot
the
of.
same thing about the streams.
He says the crew are on an eternal voyage to find the missing babes.
Nice. I can get behind that. The fact
That's
that
it.
needs to be a comic all in itself.
Believe it or not, I never actually watched Escape from New York.
You know, I didn't know.
Dude,
I'm familiar
I
with
love
it,
that
I know the
movie.
character, but yeah, I haven't seen the movie.
It's
you
just
need to
funny
check
how
that movie out.
I've been told a lot of my aesthetics are very similar to it, and it's funny, I never saw it, but it's something about it
gee.
must have been in my lizard brain.
Snake
Oh, man, you
Plissken's
need to
the
get some
best.
popcorn and go check that out. It's a good film.
Mhm. And Escape from LA to a lesser extent. Oh yeah, that's it's the same as the Fiverr thing.
You know,
I don't
Peter
even
always
do
goes
Fiverr.
full retard over a simple concept that I can't make Thursday shows until the end.
Till the end of time.
Right.
Or until the
Reverse
end.
says, sorry, I realized what I typed. I meant, what's the point of alcohol in a comic book if I can't grab it and drink it myself?
What are you talking about? You're supposed to be. You've got this.
Yeah,
so
you're supposed to be
wrong.
drinking with it.
Hell
And
no.
I can tell you that Ivory does have a drinking problem that's going to come into play later in the series. Oh, I'm dead serious with that. It's going to be a thing.
Darren
That's
Wagner
awesome.
posted something the other day about stealing from these Ninja Turtle figures and everything, and how he didn't have enough money to steal these Ninja Turtle toys. And I was laughing on there because I was like, stealing's cool. Like, is there any stealing in your comic book? Because drinking and stealing
Oh,
better
is
be. There's fucking pirates.
objectively cool.
Oh yeah. Oh god,
So,
yeah. I mean,
They're
that's
pirates, right?
oh yeah, and especially the biggest thing is I've always loved the concept of space pirates, but I've rarely seen them in a way that satisfied me. And in particular, even in regular pirate stories, it's you rarely see them pulling off actual acts of piracy. And it
Okay.
That's
bothers
actually a
it
really
bothers
good
me.
point. That's a really good point. Actually, name a time when you've seen a pirate steal something. It happens. I'm not saying you can't do it, but my God, it does not happen anywhere near as much as you'd think.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
in
like,
Outlaw Star, they stole the red ship, the Outlaw
yeah,
Star.
but they had Taoist magic and all that stuff, and that bugged me.
That was kind of weird, but it was cool because they put it in a gun form. It's like, here's magic in a fucking bullet. Eat that, you know? That's different.
Oh, I loved Outlaw Star. Like, I
The
definitely
name
did. It was just
certificate
like,
was stolen in One Piece.
I didn't like what they did though
His
with the
friendship.
pirates in that story.
Your happiness, your joy.
Yeah, your happiness as a viewer.
Luniverse says, yeah, but my alcohol tastes like piss. Theirs is probably better. I mean, you're just getting the wrong kind of alcohol.
You got to get mead, man. Mead is
gotta-
where it's at.
Brewing your own in the bathtub like the rest of us.
Yeah,
Mo
brew your
Big says
own.
D-Wag is always stealing, especially the show every time he's on stream.
Yeah, where is he? We
Yeah,
didn't even been here.
We've all been there for that one.
See, there
Pirates
was
of the Caribbean. I know of One Piece, the crew. They
Yeah,
never
so
stole.
Pirates of the Caribbean, they stole the Black
couple
Pearl
of
at one
things.
point, right?
But
They
that was
did-
their ship to begin with, wasn't it?
Yeah,
The
but
Black
no,
Pearl,
I think
yeah.
They did steal, but the big thing about Pirates of the Caribbean was that it was mostly about them fighting some supernatural thing.
Because
Yeah.
they stole that piece of gold,
Yeah.
and because they couldn't die because they stole the gold, so
you
then
get one.
he
You
had to
get
give
1
it
point
back.
for they
Was the
stole
whole
the
point?
thing.
He had to give it back in order for them to be uncursed.
Black Sails.
Ah, Johnny Depp.
What did they,
They
steal?
stole. At the end of the first season, dude, they
Santa.
stole the entire
Sorry.
gold.
I think they stole more in that than they did in like all these other ones we talked about combined, and yet they still probably went like 7 episodes without stealing anything.
And
Mhm.
do y'all know the anime Tenchi Muyo?
Of course.
No.
I loved Ryoko, but we almost never got to see her as a pirate.
Yeah. You know the best thing about One Piece, watching it is voluntary.
It steals my patience. Cheers.
I'm a Death Note girl.
Death
There we
Note
go.
was a lot easier to watch than One Piece, the anime One Piece. First
Yeah.
couple episodes are like,
Luniverse says, I mean, they define pirates as outlaws who go on sea adventures. Why are they outlaws? Reasons, but not for stealing. They can't do that. That's dishonorable.
that's dishonorable.
Dishonor.
All right, so what do you got? Outlaw
How many-
Nights 2. Where
How many
we're at right
pages?
now?
How many pages in each book?
Right now, it's about 25. Although this one is going to be a little bit more. It's going to be,
Okay.
I think, close to 30. But
Nice.
my ultimate hope is that I'll be able to get some revenue going, so I can actually start to make these longer. Because originally, issue 1 was supposed to be 50 pages, and it was going to be both of these issues together. And I had to cut it in half to make it affordable. So. Yeah.
We're at $493 right now. 98% of your $500 goal in 16 days. We got to
Yes,
get that
indeed.
higher than that. We got to get you up like, we got to talk about this one.
So how awesome would it be if we got that thing? If that thing hit the mark tonight on the stream?
Yeah, we're $7 away.
$7.
Let's take a look at these perks. How many pages did you
one?
say this were?
One.
This one's going to be somewhere close to 28.
Okay, 28 pages.
I mean, it's already done. I just haven't counted the pages in a minute.
yeah. How much was the first one? How did that end?
That was about 25.
Okay. So we got our digital issue 2, $11. A little
That's
bit more
it?
than a floppy. That's not bad. I
No.
like digital tiers, but I do have sort of a thing when it comes to like page counts and what people are charging for stuff like digital. I do like digitals. But you can go get a physical copy for $7 of a standard floppy at a comic book store. And I
True.
understand this is to help get you over that mark. And so I'm not knocking that price range. Do we have stretch goals is the next question.
The main stretch goal I have right now is that if we can hit 1K, I'm going to be able to do those stickers.
Oh, 6 a.m. stickers?
Yes.
Hell yeah. You got to have
Nice.
6 a.m. stickers, man.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, let's take a look at this book here. Now, this is where I would say you nailed it. Issue 2, physical copy, $15. That's great.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah. I agree.
That's a great price point.
That's a good price for like 30-page comic book. This is something, as a backer, I'm like, I look at books and I'm like, okay, this looks kind of cool. If it's something that blows me out of the water, and I'm like, I've got to back this. Or if it looks interesting, but it's like big and it's, fair price, I'm like, all right, I'll check that out. But this is a nice little incentive, like $15. That's a lot cheaper than you're going to see with a lot of other books.
Right.
Well, I
Especially
figure-
in the 30-page price, 25, 30-page.
Yeah, like that. Well, that's
range.
the thing is like if it was longer, I'd probably charge more. But
Yeah. And then there's always the back and forth. You can do stretch goals and stuff to help get, make it more worth. Like a $25. I think Reaper Destroyer was that's like a little bigger than a floppy, and that was like $25. But it was totally worth it. It came with some cool stretch goals, but the book was awesome, and it looked.
And
awesome.
it was about 50
totally,
pages.
Yeah, and I was like totally sold on that. So there's, it's like not set in stone.
Yeah, the thing is when you do that low price point, it is much harder to get to just a $3,000 goal. You need like 200 backers to get to even 3,000, which is difficult in itself.
so we got to get 200 backers.
Yeah,
definitely
right now.
200 backers. We got to
There
get
we
them
go.
right now.
There's the
They don't have a
screen.
thing on here where you can just like donate $7. Just
Fun My Comic, I think, generally does. I think on Indiegogo you have to make it like a tier.
Yeah.
Issues 1 and 2, $22 digital.
yeah, that's
Not
good.
bad. That's
That
not
one
bad.
caught my eye too.
25 for the physical. So why not just go get the physical? Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I like working with the businesses that deal with like price points and stuff like that. I see that price point, and that's exactly where my mind goes. $22 for issues 1 and 2 digital. All right, cool. I like this. I see where you're going with that. 25 for the physical.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's a good deal.
Yeah, that's
Well-
like, oh, well, I might as well go get that one.
Luckily, I already have a bunch of bunch of copies of issue 1 here right now. So there's not much cost in putting that one out. So
Yeah.
As somebody who fulfilled their first issue, how did you feel about the process of fulfilling and having to go and like promote on streams and everything? Did you find it difficult?
I did, like the first time I launched a campaign for issue 1 that was way too premature, that did not fund. And then I went ahead and I just went balls to the wall, contacting everybody I could, annoying the hell out of people on Twitter, and getting out there. And it was rough, but at the same time, I started to really enjoy it. And then when I finally got the books in and I was mailing them out and fulfilling, that gave me such a high.
Okay.
That proof copy must give you a high too. That first proof copy
Yes.
I agree.
that you hold, and you're like, I did this. This is mine. Yeah.
I was
Now-
drunk with power.
Yeah.
So do you plan on doing conventions with your first 2 issues? Do you plan on getting out there in the real world, or are you sticking to the indie scene up on YouTube?
I'd like to, because I did go to a convention with issue 1. My
Mhm.
table was very pitiful, but I enjoyed it, and I'd like to do it. So I'd like to do more of them.
Okay.
I just need money.
Where was it at? Which one did you go to?
I went to a local one here in New Orleans. What was it? The Fan Expo.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And there's one happening in a month called Galaxy Con, which I think would be perfect for this, but it's just I need to make sure I got enough cash,
Yeah.
Galaxy Con's a pretty big one. They hop around too. They're not located at just one city. They go around the country and set up at different states. Galaxy Con's really cool.
And Beverly Crusher is going to be there. Yeah.
Oh, now I'm sold.
We just had
Wait.
Weird Al
Wow.
with us.
Gates McFadden, she's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. We got a Comic Con coming up here in Waco too. That's who's gonna be?
You need to
there?
go live stream from that.
Yeah,
That'd
but
be
the
cool.
tickets are expensive, and it's not as big as what they charge for that convention. Last year we had like the Green Ranger before, maybe it was the year before he died.
It was definitely the year before.
Yeah,
Are you sure it wasn't after?
I mean it was not last year's, year before, but we had the Green and the Red Ranger, and then I want to say this year we're getting Rufio, which is kind of cool.
Really, Austin St.
Yeah.
John and JDF
Bangarang.
appear in the same place.
Yeah,
you
I
never
want to
hear
go
that.
in there and bang a ring and like, hey Rufio, catch, and then like fling some imaginary fucking schlop at him. Yeah.
We just had Weird Al at our expo here in Alabama.
Oh,
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
something to go
The
to.
Weird Al is a top 4 collab for me. I want to talk to that dude.
A couple
Yeah.
years ago, Weird Al appeared in Nashville and played with the Nashville Orchestra
What?
and performed. And my dad and I went to Weird Al and saw him, and it was gnarly.
Wow.
Ah, that's a show I'd like to go see.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, you know Rufio, he was also the voice of Zuko on The Last Airbender.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
at least he did something, because I don't know what else he did other than Rufio.
Nah, he's more of a voice actor now. Yeah.
Got older,
might-
he lost the hair.
I got to look at the ticket prices. I might go check it out. I think that's when I met Phoenix Animation. Was the last time I went to one of those cons here in
Okay.
Waco. It's kind of small, so it's not really worth $25 or something a ticket. And I got 4 people going.
All right.
Good.
We'll come back to Outlaw Nights closer to the end of the show, but right now,
Yeah, I'm liking this 1 and 2 physical tier. This $25. That's good. That's a good.
Yeah.
that is
same
good.
here.
Yeah.
Everybody should.
So
go
right
back
now
to that
we're gonna switch over. We're gonna switch gears here, and we're gonna take a look at the Ironheart trailer.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, nice. I've heard about this.
Well, that's insulting.
It's iconic.
Oh, I was
Compare it-
wondering when this conversation was
Fanta.
going to come up.
Yeah.
Comparing Outlaw Nights to Ironheart.
What I did.
Outlaw
No,
Nights. every
Outlaw
day.
Nights is the alternative.
Don't
Watch
you put
this
that
and
on
then
me,
go
Ricky
back
Bobby.
that. Come.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is Ironheart.
With a name like Coogler, it's going to be good.
Hello?
Thank God it's the director of Black Panther.
He was the cougar of his day.
For real?
Is this a horror movie? I guess it has to be, right?
Welcome, Riri. In less than 3 minutes, the air in this elevator will no longer be breathable.
Her name is
Jigsaw!
It's like Saw. Yeah.
You'll suffocate and die unless you break into the device on the floor, where you'll find a gas mask. Good luck.
Rip your eyeballs out, and then there's a key hidden behind. Dude, they totally like fucked up with War Machine. War Machine was way cooler in the comics than he was in those movies.
Oh, of course.
I heard Riri Williams was a genius. So you went her out.
You just try to kill me? What the?
Nobody's. Her
Riri,
name
I
is
see you.
Riri,
I
and
see you
nobody
fed
is
up,
jumping
waiting
on
to be
this.
acknowledged for your greatness.
Yeah, what are we going to acknowledge her?
You are not the first genius at MIT.
How come you're not working at one of those
Oh, I do
fancy
like him.
tech firms?
After my internship abroad,
Racism.
I want to build something undeniable, something
Important.
I'm gonna rip off Iron Man.
iconic.
It's a brand new
I can give
So
you the
iconic
tools to help you
that
carry out your vision.
Anybody else.
That's a very
But
influencer.
anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done.
Like sell drugs.
Riri.
So it's Breaking
You're getting
Bad.
a hell of a lot more than you can chew. I could chew a lot. You know nothing about this man.
You're gonna end up dead or in jail.
This is so much
This
bigger
is a
than
long
that.
ass trailer.
They really have to try to sell it.
Hey, it's the same thing that happened in Iron Man.
How is she a genius if all she did was rip off the schematics of Iron
This is
Man?
wild. A shady bunker.
My bunker's not shady. Would a shady bunker have that on the wall?
Is that fucking?
It's literally
what's his
above
name?
a crate of self-guided missiles.
I'm returning those.
Is that
And
not Vosh? Who's the other one? Destiny? Is that Destiny?
no,
No, it's not. It's clearly not. But it's clear. It's like meant to look like. I think it's
I got a
Destiny.
question. So
He's the
is this
blue-haired one,
like
right?
a character that exists in the Iron Man universe? Is that what's going on? 'Cause I'm not familiar with
Unfortunately,
Tech-
she is a
yeah.
real character.
that. Okay, I'm fine. That's
And
fine.
her-
That's fine. We can be
Oh,
fair
man.
here.
Make
chat
a TV
blew
up.
show, but
in the comic, I think it was that they literally, she's in class, her teacher, like she tells her teacher to tell her something that she could never be. And it was some weird, like, empowerment thing. And the teacher's like, all right, you could never be Iron Man. And she's like, okay, I'm going to go build a suit. And she does.
Mm.
Mhm.
And I
Is
know
Is that a movie or a TV show?
Corey Barton's up in the house now. He says, "Wow, this is
Hey,
bad."
Corey.
Hey, Corey.
Mo Big says naming her Riri was the only good part of the comic.
That's what we call
Lunaverse
special
says this,
people here. Riri.
right?
Yeah.
Dude, you know what?
Lunaverse
I'm
says this is-
actually going to go out on a little bit of a limb here, and I'm going to say that this isn't complete and utter garbage.
I don't think it's
Okay.
woke.
Make your
I
case.
think it's stupid.
Yeah.
This is only the
My
trailer.
case is terrible. I'm going to say my case is not good. But so a couple of things. For one, you know what they did to the Scarlett Johansson movie. What was that one? Black Widow.
Widow.
That,
Hmm.
like they phoned it in on that. Yeah, that was obvious. You could see that, and I didn't really see any of those things happening in this trailer. What I do see, and something that so everybody likes to talk
Yeah.
about. We don't like. Are you making? Oh, what?
No, I'm responding to Mo Biggs. I'm
Yeah.
reading
Okay,
Mo
but to Mo.
Biggs.
So my thought on this is like so there's all these occurrences and occasions where they like to take characters and they like to do race swapping. I know. Give me a second. They like to do race swapping. They like to change out like all of these different things on a character simply so that they can find a very easy way to appeal to a different demographic. They have a character here who is actually written, who is actually designed in this kind of way. It's a character designed for an African American. They've got African American community. They've got the whole, the uplifting idea of like, coming out of the slums and getting.
It's Miles
smart.
Morales, except there's no
It
dispute
is,
over
it
Iron
is.
Man. It's just for checkbox.
Except that we don't have a Miles Morales MCU movie.
Yet.
Probably should.
That's
to be
because
honest.
Sony owns it.
Yet.
Sony didn't do it.
Sony made the Miles Morales movie, the cartoon movie, and it was actually pretty
Cartoon
good.
movie. But they haven't
yeah.
made like a big. They haven't committed to a big budget movie. This
No,
is
but Sony-
actually like where you have
It
a
won't do
character
as
for a
good.
demographic where they're not going through like
But-
race swapping and they're not just trying to appease
They're
an
being
audience.
smart,
like, quick
though.
and easy.
A
But
Miles
they-
Morales
I don't
movie
think
would
it's going
not
to be
sell.
good. I'm not saying that this is going to be like the next Iron Man movie. And yeah, I'm sorry, but there's like now this is the third iteration or the fourth iteration of an Iron Man type character in this universe. So there's that. But at least it's an actual character that existed in comic books that has canon.
Now hold on,
that is
hold
being
on.
provided with-
Everything they're doing right now, they wrote these comic books so that they could make these movies. This is not an old school character. She's fairly new. They wrote this character.
like what's
to have-
fairly new, like 2020s or 2010s?
Probably
2014 to
2010s, right?
17.
Yeah, in the
2010s.
2010s.
2010. I'm all right. Like that's not great. It would have been. Yeah, it would have been. It would have been.
Miles
absolutely
Morales
like,
was
it
made
a
in the 90s.
Sure.
Morales was made in the 90s.
And her story in
Miles
the
Morales
comic
was made in the 2013.
Really?
Yeah, I
I
was
thought it
gonna
in
say
the
that's a
90s.
lot later.
and in the comic
All right,
of
hold on. I could be
Ironheart.
Miles Morales was just about like Sony. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Miles Morales was just an attempt for Sony to maintain that IP, right?
Probably, yeah.
No,
but that
'cause
was
they could've done
actually
that with- they could have done that with any of the other Spider-Man that they've made taking
Yeah, they
place.
could have, but they went with Miles Morales. That's the one that
which
they
was
committed
stupid because they could have done it with the India Spider-Man that they showed off in the Spider-Verse films. He came like
Ooh,
in
2011.
what, 70s or
to. He was
80s.
actually a pretty good character.
Yeah, 2011
Well-
was when he first appeared.
But you
Yeah.
gotta remember the key thing here is that in the comic of Ironheart, even though they don't mention it at all in the trailer, they don't mention Iron Man at all. She stole Tony's technology. Like
She can't
that's the
be
thing.
Iron Man.
She literally
it
ripped
was
it
given.
off in the
At least
comic.
Spider-Man, like, they gave it to him, you know? He didn't have to steal it. They gave him the technology. He graduated MIT, by the way.
Right.
With honors.
And don't forget all the bastardizations that they've done with Miles Morales. Like when they made Miles Thor, and they actually like had him say that Asgard was his crib or some
and
shit.
he
like
like
that.
he like Posca markered graffiti all over the hammer, which I
Yeah.
thought was kind of funny actually. he painted the hammer to make it like graffiti.
Like it's a cool it's a fun concept to make it to where a kid that does graffiti but is an artist at the same time like becomes Spider-Man, but at the same time you're hitting all those stereotypical notes.
I want to see these guys create these new characters. I want these new stories. I want to see fresh new ideas. I don't think that they're going to do anything fresh and amazing with this. I have zero faith in everything that I have seen previously, but I am going to be a proponent for them doing the right thing. And at least this isn't entirely the wrong thing. Does that
So
make sense?
she's not, because the problem with Ironheart is she was like a real quick, just shit out character, right?
It was
Just
a crap
to get,
out. It was
just to
it's
get
crap.
diversity going. But the problem is Miles Morales was kind of thought out. Like maybe he wasn't at first, and maybe she wasn't at first, but they've been sitting on her for a long time. Miles Morales didn't take long at all to become like a favorite. You know, a lot. He was really popular, and it wasn't just
think
because
we
they
can
were
all-
pushing him as Spider-Man. Ironheart sucks. The comic sucks. Nobody likes the comics. Nobody likes this movie. Nobody wants this shit. Not black people. Nobody.
So is this going to be better or worse? Just as setting a bar here, is this going to be better or worse than Snow White and the Little Mermaid?
It'll
probably
be on
better.
par.
It'll probably be better only because
won't be
it's
on par.
action. It's probably
It
going to
won't
be better
on-
only because
no
it's
on par.
Marvel.
There's no zero here. It's either like it's a plus 0.5.
I would say it's better only because Marvel and action and superheroes have a better demographic than those live action Disney movies.
I kind of feel the same. That's that's sad, but I feel like that's where the line is drawn. It's going to be better.
Nobody even asked for
and
live
that's your
action Disney
0.5
movies.
That's your 0.5% win.
Well, if people could just make the movies
I
and
mean-
keep their trap shut, it'd be all right. But they can't.
Yeah.
They go
Yeah, to
around.
be fair, the trailer doesn't look horrible. Like it looks like they're putting effort into the quality of the film, but the story is like, where's the story?
Yeah.
We got all these MIT experts. Well, it doesn't take an MIT expert to fucking copy an Iron Man schematic. It takes somebody watching YouTube videos to do that.
So why is it? I got one for you, Stanley. Who's this character? Nobody else answer this. Who's this character supposed to be that's coming up for Marvel? Who's this guy? Who's this supposed to be?
Yeah, Stanley, tell us who this is.
So I have absolutely no clue. Kingpin?
All right, that is
Yeah,
supposed to be. Does
I don't
anybody
know
else
who
know?
I don't know who this is.
That's
No.
Wonder Man.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I think I do.
This
do.
is supposed to be your new Wonder Man.
Oh, that's not who I thought.
No,
That's
this
Wonder
is your
Man?
Wonder Man from
I
Marvel.
didn't know
So
we
this
had an
is-
old Wonder Man.
I thought it was Blade, Corey. I thought it was going to be Blade 2. That's who I was thinking.
Nope, that is Wonder Man.
Okay, so unpacking this, is this screenshot out of the Ironheart trailer?
Nope.
What's it from?
This is another.
This is going to be a Disney Plus series. And this is your original Wonder Man.
Wait a minute. There's something different about him. He's got the glasses.
Yeah.
He's got the suit.
Where do you get this as him being Wonder Man? Where's your thing on that? Is it? Do they have?
It's the glasses, dude. It's obvious. Unless he's Cyclops.
Well,
Do
he's
they
our.
have him confirmed as the actor for a
This is
movie or
your
something?
original Wonder Man. And
To
for
be-
some reason, we're getting 1970s Shaft.
Well, I was going to say,
Actually, I don't mind this as much. I don't know anything about Wonder Man because I never read Wonder Man. I didn't really care about Wonder Man.
well, to be
Wonder
fair,
Man-
that's our Stevie Wonder Man.
That's a good one.
What
just
chat?
don't.
What
That's
AI
probably
source did you go to
exactly-
write that joke?
That's exactly what they were thinking. I'll bet when they decided to do this. Stevie
No.
Wonder Man.
And this guy was, I believe this is the same guy that played Black Manta in the Aquaman films.
Oh,
Didn't why is
star
he?
power.
So let's drop
Okay.
90% of our budget on an actor that has some established.
Yeah, but that might actually be good because he might do a good job accidentally. You know, you
The
could
two
take a
biggest
shitty
things
character
I
and give
have
a
an
good
issue with-
actor.
The biggest things I have an issue with are them absolutely not committing to a good storyline, and two, wasting a lot of budget on a name just because it's a name. Like those are the
Yeah,
two
but-
biggest issues in Hollywood.
But even Pedro Pascal has managed to save
Yeah, pretty much, Mo.
some of his roles because he's a half-ass decent actor. You know, Mandalorian was pretty well done, and I don't like Pedro Pascal per se, and I don't like him as Mr. Fantastic. But I gotta say, I'm being sold on the Fantastic Four, and I think he might actually do a good job with it.
So are we going to get like hit and misses on this? I mean, so
Oh, most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
we're going to get a good one here, and
I
then we're
think
going to get
Fantastic
one
Four
where
is
they
gonna be
just,
good.
Like,
Yes, this is the problem that I have because you've already established Luke Cage. What are you going to do different with Wonder Man that we haven't seen in the Luke Cage series already?
Well, he looks very 70s, fly.
Is he going to be tied into the Fantastic Four, you think?
Well, look at the background. That's very much like a 70s, 80s background.
So it's like right after the Fantastic Four?
Who knows?
no,
But that's my
I
guess.
disagree. I think this is like the new 2025 aesthetic, going back to the 70s. They're going to have some weekend playing.
Yeah.
What's going on, Benjamin Soto?
Hey, Ben,
did
what's
he
up,
beat me to
man?
that joke?
Hey, Ben.
Oh, I'll be right back.
You should do a live reading of Ironheart's origin so Stanley can geek out.
So
God.
I heard Robert Downey Jr. gave it 2 thumbs up.
Stop saying
Oh.
Wanda with a hard R, bigots.
Wanda, please.
All black men have the same story, pretty much. Black
Yeah,
Lightning
so
was pretty
okay,
much
so
Luke
I'm going to go
Cage,
back
but
to
in
that.
another
I'll
state.
lean into that one too. Same thing is like they don't. It's again story. Like my two big issues with everything that I'm seeing in Hollywood and a lot of these companies doing. Like I want to like try to give. I'm going to look at everything through individually. I'm going to judge everything individually here. But the two biggest issues that I see, the number one issue being the lack of commitment to like a decent storyline. They're going to commit to sequels and remakes and rehash and all of that crap well before they will ever commit to one of these other amazing storylines that exist out there. And there are a million of them. There are a bunch of great books out there that they're like, it's unproven and we're not going to commit to it. And it's the exact same thing like what you're saying. There is an accepted storyline for African Americans. There's an accepted thing that's like, you know what, this has worked in the past. Let's just go ahead and stick with that because it worked in Black Panther or whatever.
Okay. So, what do you think was so great about Black Panther that these other shows are missing?
It was at the very least at that time it was like unique. There's nothing unique about what I'm seeing right now. And I'm saying unique with just the slightest amount of like.
Do you think
Black
that,
Panther
you know,
was
it
an
wasn't
okay
like-
movie? Is that the one that had? I'm thinking of
yes,
Civil
Michael
War.
B. Jordan. Yes.
No, I'm thinking of Civil War, the one where the Captain America is like fighting to protect
Bucky.
Bucky.
Right.
Yeah, the first appearance of Black Panther. The
Civil
Black
War.
Panther movie. I'm trying to think of any moment in that movie that I was like, I mean, the story was all around okay. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
Yeah.
How was Black Adam with the
Trash.
Rock?
It was
It was-
trash.
That's
I didn't
different.
watch
That's
that.
what I thought. The Rock was
Yeah.
trash anyway.
Luniverse says Black Panther was set in Africa, but the villain Killmonger was another black oppressed story. Not wrong. What I found really, really odd about this was that Wakanda has the metal vibranium. But for some reason, with all the gadgetry and all the buildings and architecture that they did with vibranium, for some reason, they still decided to run around in dresses and throw spears.
Yeah, and also that I don't know if the buildings are made out of vibranium, but if they're so vibranium heavy, why did those fucking aliens just tear the shit out of everything they built? Isn't vibranium supposed to, be more durable than that? Like it took one Captain America shield to take down half of the ships that Thanos threw at him in the first Avengers movies.
They're building those buildings out of iron, and they're using Roman cement.
There
Was
you
it
go.
Rwanda or Wakanda or whatever it is?
So let's see. There's a lot of titles with the name Black in them. Black Widow, Black Panther, Black Lightning, just
Black Adam.
Black Adam. I'm over it.
I got black in the name. I ain't coming back.
I'm making
all of those, except for Black Widow, all of those are African American, right?
Right.
I'm making a superhero called Black.
No. I'm gonna call mine like White John.
So here's my issue with Black Widow, because Taskmaster was atrocious. But if you put Black Widow right next to Captain America: The Winter Soldier, you're going to get the exact goddamn story.
The Winter Soldier was good, though.
You wouldn't agree?
Here's my take on the Black Widow thing and why it's such a horrible disappointment. They set up her backstory in Age of Ultron, and they made it look very dark and creepy and clandestine,
right?
And all of that. And the movie you get instead is just like a bunch of ridiculous undercutting comedy moments,
girl power,
and like over the top crazy action when you should have gotten like a cool spy thriller with a creepy psychological twist.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been, I have a completely different direction that I would come to effectively the same conclusion. This was, simply they got Scarlett Johansson at a cheap price. That cheap price being the promise of, like they didn't pay her as much as some of the other guys after all the movies. They gave her the promise of a standalone movie, killed her character, basically killed the movie that they promised her.
Yeah, because that was COVID,
Didn't
right?
she sue them?
It was during COVID.
Yeah, she sued them because
she won.
Because they put it on straight to streaming instead of putting it in theaters because of COVID.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like you said, it's a phoned-in storyline. And look at the CGI in that movie. Like they were working 6-hour days putting that thing together.
They were never not going to give her a phoned-in storyline. Nobody cares.
No, they
about
weren't. Yeah,
Black
no,
Widow's
this
story.
was going to be a screw job from the beginning. This was just a total write-off from beginning to end.
So here's Black Widow to me, and tell me if this sounds like Captain America. Something happens to your best friend in the past, or somebody that's really close to you, and dies. Presumably, years pass. character comes back as the enemy trying to kill you for an organization that basically MK'd Ultra'd you, and you have to take down this secret organization. And then at the end of the film, you're going to end up in this skyscraper or this skyjet, and you're going to have to blow it up and try to escape safely to the ground. Does that sound similar?
Yeah, this needs to be a
you
drinking
sold
game.
me.
Like mention a
Drink,
plot
I'm
point
down.
for a movie and guess which movie it is.
Well, I guess I didn't want to believe it because I loved Winter Soldier.
But Winter Soldier was good though.
I know.
That's what I'm
and
saying. They just copy pasted for Black Widow.
But what
Well,
did that
they-
rip off?
They ran that script through ChatGPT and called it a day.
Black Widow ripped off Winter
ChatGPT didn't
Soldier.
exist back then.
Well, here's the major difference between the two is the fact that Winter Soldier was tonally consistent in that creepy parts were creepy. Like
Well said.
there was humor, but the humor was in appropriate spots. Whereas it's like after Guardians of the Galaxy, Marvel just decided that everything needs to be undercut with a joke. That we can't stay on, like we can't get serious for too long.
Yeah.
Which is
Not just
probably
Not
Oh, go
just
ahead.
any nicotine, Mo. It has to be Pall Malls. But
that
yeah,
new Superman movie, the James is it James Gunn, right?
Yeah.
That's gonna be my worry is that it's gonna be filled with a bunch of stupid humor. Which that new
Hey.
trailer, I will admit, is better.
Eyes
but
up here. Eyes up
yeah.
here.
Eyes up here, bro. Like
I'm telling you right now, I'm calling it. Superman is going to outperform every Marvel film this summer.
I mean,
I don't
think
see
that-
it, man. And I know Illuminaverse was saying the Silver
Superman
Surfer,
and Fantastic
but
Four.
I don't think the female Silver Surfer is going to be enough of an agree. I'm with you. Fuck that female Silver Surfer. She didn't even look hot enough for me to look at in Chrome, right? But I don't think she's going to be as much of a nuisance as that movie's going to be good, whether or not. I don't think they're going to make her a problem for that movie. Like the movie's going to be good. There's no way she could ruin it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
And
I don't think they're going to
saying
give
we
her
already
enough screen
saw-
time.
And I'm going to tell you, we already saw Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, but I think they're going to do a good job with it this time. A better job.
Yeah, it does look like. I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to be outstanding as far as any kind of like storytelling things or anything. It looks like the movie's going to be done okay. To be completely honest with you, it looks like Superman's going to be done okay, in my opinion. Like I am
Ooh,
not.
here's the other thing.
I'm actually not knocking that one that hard.
When was Rise of the Silver Surfer movie come out? How long has it been? How many decades has it been? How many?
Yeah. So Superman or Ironheart, which is going to be better?
Superman.
Superman.
Oh, Superman. Yeah,
I
big
think
time.
Superman is probably going to be better.
Now, the Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer was 2007. It's
Okay.
almost 20 years ago, man.
Yeah.
That's
I already
fair.
get-
It's a good time to bring back a movie.
There will
20
be
years
people
later.
sneaking beer in to see this movie who were not born the last time they wrote this
Yeah.
movie.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
Let's see. Luniverse says Superman still seemed immature in the interview scene. Like that's the most immature Superman interview scene since Injustice.
He did,
But at
seem
least
like he had
Injustice
some-
made Superman still badass.
He
Yeah,
was
he
kind of
was-
giving her like
yeah.
the Cronkite. Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You're supposed to be on
Yeah.
my side. You're a journalist. I'm a journalist, but I don't understand this.
But his tone changed, and I will say that his tone was like more Superman, like assertive, I guess you could say.
Well, that's
You know what
because
I mean?
he was portraying Superman
Yeah.
for the interview. But then when he saw that Lois was getting serious about her
She's getting
addressing these quote unquote issues, then Clark started coming out. And that's when he started getting testy and everything.
That's the immaturity
Because-
part.
Well, that's him feeling like he's being attacked instead of just remembering that Superman and Clark are separate people in the eye of the public.
And that's why she falls in love with him. Because he's got
So
You scared me
feelings.
with that coming out comment. Just a little bit.
I think they're saving that for Guy Gardner.
Hey, eyes
Oh,
up here.
God.
Hey, what's with Guy Gardner? Every scene they show him, he's just like willy nilly, just like man, throwing green shit at stuff. He's never actually, like, I don't know. I guess he's supposed to just be some badass that just walks around like Darth Vader, throwing green shit at people. Like, you notice that? There's no scene of him using his power with like intent or effort.
Well,
It's
not
just-
yet. They're still trying to sell it as a Superman film, not Green Lantern film. There's the Green Lantern series coming for
that's
that.
fair. Yeah.
Ben Soto says, "Wait, is Ironheart getting a theatrical release? I thought it was a Disney Plus show." So here's what happened.
I thought it was a show too.
It's a show.
I thought it was a movie.
It's both. They're going to do an Ironheart movie, and then they're going to do a 6-episode Ironheart series on Disney Plus.
Oh, they're doubling down.
Oh, because we need that much Ironheart.
Yeah.
When Wakanda Forever took place, they immediately started putting it in place for Ironheart to have her own film, right? And then when the film finished, they shelved it for 2 years because they knew how bad the character was received. And so now they're trying to parallel its release with the release of the Ironheart show.
But here's a question for you. Would you rather have a Ironheart movie and TV series, or would you rather have a She-Hulk movie and TV series?
Ooh.
You bite your tongue, Mo. Don't
It's
talk
like
about
asking, would you rather what version of
Would you rather
ending
take
yourself?
a Would you rather take a 9mm
I'm just saying,
temple
sometimes being
or
blind
a
is a
45?
This would be like
Sometimes-
seriously though. This, you know how much this sucks? How like awesome of an idea would that actually be to do a movie accompanied by a 6-episode TV series, you know, so that you can like flesh out a character, so that you can get some good storyline going, you get the best of both worlds. And I just don't feel like that's what we're getting.
Oh,
here.
you kind of
we
like
got this thing-
kind of like the Batman did, you know?
No, it's going to happen exactly like Winter Soldier and Falcon and Captain America: Brave New World. It's going to do shit.
Yeah, Mo, dude. I did get a twinkle in my eye because that would be really rad if it done right. Look at like X-Men 97. What if they had a movie with that? Transformers did it great back in the 80s.
Don't
when
hold
they
your
had a
breath.
series and a movie.
Don't hold your breath on X-Men 97. That first
I know,
season
I
was
know.
only good because they had the original writer, and then they
That's
nixed
the
him.
thing. That's the thing, is they're not going to get it right. It could be done right. The concept is super.
I don't
sound.
think that you can do Riri Williams right because the whole character is wrong.
I thought you just meant like the whole releasing a movie with a mini series, like that's a good idea in and of itself.
The idea,
Not of the character.
No,
If it was-
it's a good idea, but it's poorly executed.
yeah,
Yeah,
like if
it's-
Wolverine or something, I think that'd be great. A Wolverine movie and then a series, or
Well,
a
that's
character that we like.
well, that's what they
Imagine doing a
that's-
series of his backstory that leads up to this amazing movie.
Well, that
Oh, yeah.
well, they did the inverse of that with the Batman, where they did the Batman and then they did the Penguin miniseries, and I liked the Penguin miniseries
They
a lot.
even tying together because
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they do tie.
Penguin, did he?
Yeah, no, but
They
the
tie
characters
it in.
in the actors in the show, and he's in the Batman movie. The Penguin
Oh,
guy.
good for I didn't know that. Good for them on that,
Yeah,
because
they
that
did
was
do
one of my
that.
biggest beefs with the whole Flash TV series and the movie on that. Because the actor who played the Flash in the TV series kicks the shit out of the.
He's
the
good.
guy that- in the movie.
Ezra Miller? You mean the new Wolverine?
No,
Wait, what?
What?
No, 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 no.
yes, he was. It was going to happen, but then
No.
fate. I declared it was going to happen a year ago, and I made an image of him in a Wolverine suit just to prove that it was going to happen. But then, because I did it, I called it out, and I ruined Hollywood's big plan, and so they scrapped it. And Ezra was really pissed at me about that.
yeah, that's why they went with Henry Cavill.
That's why he stuck with the Flash,
I don't like it.
and then they moved on to Henry Cavill. Yeah. So
Flash,
you're welcome,
Flash
everyone.
film was fun in some parts, but overall it was bad, and mainly
You
it,
lost me in the beginning there.
The
it could-
beginning was rough.
No, I
But
mean
the
you
movie-
lost me in the beginning of your comment there.
Oh,
it
Flash
was.
movie was pretty good. Yeah.
The Flash movie was pretty good, but
It had it. Yeah.
like that whole part where he's like in the Speed Force and you see all those different instances of multiverses around him. That whole like bubble scene, that was phenomenal. I thought that was a really unique take on how to introduce the Speed Force to people. I thought the part where he was phasing through the wall with himself,
I like that.
I thought
part.
that was wicked.
The
But that whole-
Speed Force thing, it's not horrible in my opinion, but the problem with it is it was like a 3-dimensional VCR. Like he started running backwards a little,
Yeah.
and then time reversed. That's
Right.
like that's not how time. That's not. I don't care. Like, what is he so fast that he's like gonna step back a little bit? If he would have to go backward, I don't know. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
So if he stands still, time doesn't go anywhere.
Have you ever been in the Speed
Yes.
Force, Peter?
Yeah, that's the thing. Speed, if you're going so fast that you can go backwards in time, well, then moving it forwards in time and backwards in time, you'd have to then traverse the entire speed spectrum to get to the opposite.
That's
But
what
if
the
you
Speed Force. That's
but
what
if
the
you
Speed
break-
Force is.
But what they made it look like is if you break that barrier, well, at that point, you're outside of time. And so then it's just like
Right.
hitting forward and reverse on a VCR. Like, it's not, it just, I don't know. I didn't buy it, man. I
Dude,
thought it was
a
like,
beautiful shot. I thought it was a beautiful shot.
the cinematography was interesting. It was good. But I don't know if I would have, I don't know how you do it. That's such an abstract thought. I don't know how else you could do it. I'm sure there's other ways.
Oh, okay. I got one for you. Fuck off, Mo. I got one for you. Okay. So, The Flash or Quicksilver? Who was cooler?
Oh, the Quicksilver
Movie in the movies.
Oh,
the
in the
Quicksilver
movies.
scene was way better than the Flash.
Quicksilver was cooler in the films.
And how much does that suck? Because I think we can all agree the Flash is a way cooler character.
He deserves to have that scene more than Quicksilver does, but that the X-Men got it first, man.
Yeah.
Especially with Time in a Bottle. That was like brilliant. That whole movie was good.
Like Riri Williams, her film, it feels like an attempt to make Blue Beetle better.
I can see that. That's a good way to put it.
We need a score,
Which is better,
to
by the
keep
way.
Score of points for comments like that.
It's
Well,
gonna be which will be better.
The thing that really annoyed me in that trailer was that moment toward the end when she's in the suit and she hits the car, because I'm like, they did that exact same thing in
Dude.
Iron Man.
Yep.
And
it was
the
like
Terminator.
They were desperately trying to like, okay, you remember Iron Man?
Yeah. Well, they're not even. No, they're hoping you don't remember Iron Man.
The
'cause
only
that's what
thing
they
that
did.
separates
him.
that shot from the one in the Terminator is there wasn't 15 tires flying off of that truck when she hit it.
Oh yeah, because that was the bad CGI.
See, there's a problem that they have with trying to introduce Miss Marvel into the films with Doctor Strange and Madness, or what do you call her? I guess she's Miss Marvel because the Kamala character, Kamala American, or something. Whatever her name is,
Kamala Khan.
That was in the You're talking about the Doctor Strange movie?
Yeah, Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, that's America Chavez.
America
Chavez. Yeah,
yeah. So she becomes.
that's another character they threw in there.
Right. What is it with all these like young, diverse female characters? Like, where's that diverse male character at? Because I haven't seen him come in yet.
Well, this is like a 10. This is I don't know how many, like a 10-year-old talking point of the woke, the whatever, inserting ideology shit in there.
Yeah.
We all know what it is. We all know what's going on. Is it good? Is any of it good? Right? Is Riri going to be good at all?
No.
Was America Chavez good at all? Honestly, I thought her scenes were annoying, and that stupid star portal was like watching, I don't know, Steven Universe or something, or My Little Ponies. Like, I was not. That's not what I want to see in a fucking.
Morales. Yeah.
That's not what I want to see in a Doctor Strange movie, which I was originally told that was supposed to be like a horror movie. That was
Which
not a
one?
horror movie. Doctor
It's just
Strange.
because they had like a little like the zombie version of him, and that was it. That's what made it a horror movie.
I guess. Yeah, but I don't know. But anyways, all these like these characters that we're talking about, nobody cares about them because the people reading comic books when they came out were like us. Like, there's no new generation of comic book readers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically us.
And they hate us. So, and I don't like all these channels that sit there and just shit on all this new stuff just for the sake of shitting on it when there's actually legitimate reasons to shit on it. Like, okay, they're giving us a Fantastic Four because we are the audience, so they're going to give us something. But even then, they have to sprinkle in a little stupid, like, Silver Surfer girl. Okay, I can do a Silver Surfer girl. No tits. Oh, now you just done and ruined it. You know what I mean? Like, they have to just. Here's what you want. You wanted this, kick you in the balls when to do it.
And we got to give you a smattering of Pedro Pascal because apparently he's not
exactly. Yeah, you want this? We're going to give you what you want, but you're going to suffer Pedro Pascal, and then we're going to kick you in the balls a little. What's the joke?
He's calling me Fail Simone.
Oh.
It's a Gail Simone joke.
It's a Gail Simone joke.
Because I'm fighting for storytelling, and I don't mind.
He does have the glasses on. I'm thinking of Kelly I'm thinking of Kelly Sudaconic right now.
Pull up, just do a search for
Stanley Sudaconic. That's the next one, Mo.
God.
If you don't like
Stanley, say if you don't like my politics, don't read my books.
I was gonna say,
the one that said that.
If you don't like Riri Williams, don't buy my book.
Yeah.
That's not going to work out too well
That
for me.
doesn't work right. No, you got to say if you don't like her, buy my book. I don't like her.
Well, I was taking on the character. You know, I was
right.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Because like we're all about that Riri.
There are.
That's what I'm saying though. Why are all of the why is the new generation just fully the young females? You've got the White Widow now, Yelena. You've got the new Hawkeye who's female. You've got who the hell's Riri that's coming out of the woodwork. What is going on to where it's not wrong. It is becoming the MCU, right? That's what it's been tagged as.
Yeah.
I don't like that term, but yeah.
But it's correct.
Kind of.
I just can't get past
Silver
that
Surfer.
Williams.
Silver Surfer girl.
Nobody can get past Riri Williams, Fanta, because even back when she was introduced in the comics, people bought the first issue, but by the time it started becoming a series, it failed miserably. Nobody was buying it. Nobody cared for the character.
Why do they give her a name like that, though? Riri. Why do they give her a name like that?
I think they think it sounds black.
It sounds mentally challenged.
If they think it sounds cute.
Well, what would you want? Would you want Shaquisha? LaQuisha?
Yeah.
Rhonda? Yes. What do you want?
A few years ago, somebody noticed in the what is it? These new names being registered in the school districts, and one of them was their brothers, and one was called Lamangelo, and the other one was called Orangelo. Orange Jello and Lemon Jello.
Oh my god!
Names. Those are real names.
I swear.
They're getting real clever.
My favorite.
Shafid's gonna be next.
No, that my mom actually, like in real life, when she was at a doctor's appointment, she heard the nurse was like really embarrassed, and she's like, shithead Brown, and they were, that's Shafade.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
No, it's not.
Reading rosters at the schools is a challenge these days because the spelling is all crazy. And I'll be like, I'll try to read the name. There's no way I'm even going to try to read these names. but the kids are like, it's just call me Allie. And I'm like, Allie's not even anywhere in the name. And they're like, well, that's just call me Allie. Okay, Allie. I'll remember that.
Mo Big says that naming her Riri was their only good decision, but her last name should have been Todd.
That's the funniest part about that. Yeah, that's awesome, Mo.
This is my point exactly. Luniverse, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I am going to stand up. I am going to stand firm on the ground that, like, you can have, like,
the Fifth Element had a
big
good
issue
superhero girl.
Do a good story. Quit trying to half bake, ham fist these dumb shit storylines and stuff, and give us something new and original.
Well, the reason they're doing her as Iron Man, the whole Iron Man thing, is so that they can capture the Iron Man audience and the built-in funding behind
it's been done
it.
And it was successful, and let's just do a different version of this exact same thing that kind of worked 20 years ago so that we can appeal to, different
They're not about appealing. It's about doing their agenda with the built-in audience for Iron Man. They're trying to take that Iron Man audience.
I don't think it's going to work.
Put it in there. I don't think it's going to work on this.
I'll tell you, like,
I'll
tell you that Disney impresses me a lot with their commitment to this crap, because, like, it's like they do it, it gets a lot of backlash, it loses money. Like, well, you know what? Next time we're going to do it again. We're going to do it harder. It's like they want us to, like, this time they're going to accept it.
It's like that Snow White. They released it on Mother's Day. Why? It did so horribly, and you're going to redo it on Mother's Day? No mother that I know wants to see that crap.
But this time things will be different.
Here's my problem: is that every female superhero right now is just a rehash of what's already come before. You got female Thor, you got female Iron Man, you got female Black Panther, you got female Hawkeye, you got female Black Widow. Well, she was already female, but you got a rehash of Black Widow now. I'm like, do you not remember how cool Kim Possible was? Do you not remember how cool Xena Warrior Princess was? Ripley from Alien, Sarah Connor from the Terminator films. Why is it that those characters
Metroid,
Samus Aran, dust?
Well, the people writing these have never heard of those.
Here's another thing to think about. Remember, here's the problem with all these the way they do it nowadays. Remember back when the X-Men were just the original X-Men? And then one day, there were the all-new X-Men. They didn't take Jean Grey and make her black. They created Storm. They needed an Indian guy. Let's give him Warpath. We need some Russian in there. Here's Colossus. These are all great characters.
Yeah.
They didn't have to, like, fist that in there, like, by changing the original characters. Why can't they do that? A brand new, all new, character line. Nice. I'll shut up for that.
Well done.
What's up, man?
Guys?
What's going on,
D-Wag? You guys caught me in the middle of detangling my hair, so
hey,
came on here. I'm Doo-Doo Wag, also known as Smelly Pudiconic, because I just dropped a monster.
Smelly Pudiconic.
Good to know.
I figured you guys would want to know, because I'm saying, I'm kind of the shit. And I mean,
yeah,
monster. It's impressive.
We are talking about a lot of shit.
Yeah, we are.
Oh yeah,
you do look like you're trying to get away from a scene there.
Before the cops show up.
Did you guys see? I got detained the other day on stream for Silent Do Good.
Yeah, I retweeted that. We've got to raise awareness.
Yeah, I didn't get in trouble or anything. Basically, what I did was like letting you guys know behind the scenes. Basically, I went to a park that closes at sunset. Well, normally I park my car further away. Like, I've done a couple things. Like, I've done like some scavenger hunts up this park.
Okay.
But anyways, the guy saw my car, and he was I thought maybe like there was a complaint or something because I had my flashlight out at the park in the woods. And anyways, he just saw my car. He just saw my car and thought maybe somebody abandoned it, so he put his lights on. And I was like on a stream, and I didn't want my car to get towed, so I ran over there and I hit him with the super white voice, like, "Oh, excuse me, sir, I'm so sorry. I was only going to be a minute." Blah blah blah, and he was real cool. But yeah, so yeah, we did get detained on a stream.
That's
that was pretty
crazy.
cool.
Did the people in the apartment you were shining the flashlight on, did they complain?
No. They didn't complain. At least I don't think. There aren't any really
God.
Karens out there. No, I would have fucking kicked their ass.
Yeah.
Totally.
I'd whip a woman's ass. Anyways, I figured I'd do a first time ever unboxing from a guest member that randomly shows up halfway during the show.
Yeah.
Because-
What you got?
I don't know. I got my buck knife here, but I don't know if I want to show it on screen because I don't know if we're allowed to. Oh, shit. Well,
There's a lot of knife channels on YouTube. I used to
I'm gonna
watch.
give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, you can show us how it's used.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Just
not
don't let
like-
it make multiple gunshot sounds, and you'll be okay.
Right.
Yeah. You might have to mute your mic when they start screaming.
Yeah. We'll get some light out here. But yeah, like whenever you guys want to do that, like
there we go.
Talking about shitty movies. But I figured.
What do you think about all these about this Riri Williams movie?
I agreed with everything you were saying, as I think that they're just trying to capitalize on the name. Oh, like they think these people are dumb. I will say this, that I've heard from a couple people I know that work within the Hollywood scene, and what they've let me know, because like somebody was just mentioning how they keep trying to throw this shit down our throat, and it's like we're not taking it. One, there's ESG funds.
The ESG is a big one.
Yeah, and two, the other thing, I don't know why this car is just sitting there across the fucking street. Like I'm gonna have to fucking whoop somebody's ass, maybe. But I don't know, maybe whatever. They're starting to move. But anyways, the ESG funds, but also Hollywood goes in like a 4 or 5 year cycle of where they plan their movies out. So like this guy, he was sitting there. One of the guys I was talking to was saying, he was like, no, they're gonna keep having these movies because people are like, the wokeness has kind of been eradicated. And he was like, nah. He's like, you think they're gonna pull that back? No, he's like, they're already in plans of these movies. So we probably got a year or two at least of the woke shit still being pushed down our throat.
It is not going to stop. That's what I'm saying, is like they're going to sprinkle it in with shit that we think we like the Fantastic Four, like with the Silver Surfer girl, but she's not going to be hot. We're going to get Pedro Pascal, but everything else looks great. They're just going to sprinkle some politics in there. They're going to do this. Yeah. They're not going to stop doing this shit. They're going to keep trying to push their shit on us.
Do you guys remember like I started noticing this trend with like Netflix shit and stuff? Like what they would do. Oh, guys, we got something here from our boy Bionic Bro. Sent us that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Hey.
But yeah, I'll unbox this and see what he sent me. But
saw the knife just got
you
canceled.
didn't send him pitter patter. No, I saw you still have it next to you. Okay.
No.
Okay. Let's see here. Do I need to be careful opening this?
You're good.
Okay. Anyways, what they used to do in these series is that what they would start, I started noticing they realized that we weren't buying into it, and they would wait till like episode 6 or 7 in a series before they started doing the woke crap. Like there's a series on Netflix. It's called Lock and Key. Does anybody remember that? Lock and Key?
Yeah, I remember. I tried to watch it. I couldn't watch it.
They wait till you get like, it's a really good series until you get to like episode 7, and then one of the girls in the series starts like dating these 2 guys at the same time or something, and it was just so G-A-Y all D-A-Y. Yeah, dude, like they're sitting there on the couch, like holding her hand, like, we just want whatever's best for you. And it's like, what the
Oh my god.
Yeah, but that shit's real though. That actually happens. It's disgusting.
Oh
2 dudes holding a woman's hand. There should be 2 women holding a dude's hand and then both fighting over him. Yeah.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
I have
Mhm.
noticed that trend. There's like that new trend where it's like they want to insert the progressive BS, but they're covert about it now. Like that's
Yeah.
why like with certain trailers, it's like when people are like, "Oh, that looks like a good trailer," I'm like, I don't trust it because it's like they know
Mhm.
that we're looking for the woke crap, so they deliberately leave it out so they can slip it on in.
Yeah, like if you're a Neil Gaiman fan, the Sandman series, it had its like what you'd think was the woke sprinkled in the beginning of the show. But oh no, the show wasn't half bad until like this third, like I guess the third act or whatever, the last third of the season. Then they go full on in your face, and luckily it's at a point where if you can dissociate the rest of the season, you can just be like, okay, this doesn't count. The first 2/3 of the show is not bad. I mean, it's got its moments that are like, eh, but the last third of that season 1 of the fucking Sandman was so unbearably cringe, and I don't even like using that word cringe, but it literally makes your skin crawl, like how much shit they put in that. You can just
That
toss
bad.
that shit out toss it out. You'll know when it happens because they end the show. But obviously they needed an extra 2 episodes or so, and so they kept going, and the story takes a 180 and it gets fucking crazy. Stop it once you get to that point because it's not worth watching to the end.
Mo Big says, yeah, when Obama invested in Netflix, they tried that trick a lot of having a show start out great, try and hook you before going woke. Yeah, they still do that.
Good Omens, man. They did it too.
I don't watch
English,
anything.
that's that English literature that it drives me nuts.
Wow, this is
Oh,
cool, dude.
yeah.
Peter. I wanna see
Look at
Peter's
that.
face. Bring
Hold
up
on.
Peter's
Oh.
face.
What is
Oh,
it?
dude. Oh, dude. Casey
Casey
Jones.
Jones glowing in the dark.
This is pretty sweet. See, so Bionic Bro and I were talking in my Discord. I showed him I got like a bunch of these like Ninja Turtle figures. They're kind of like the modern style.
Yep.
And I actually have a Casey Jones, but I don't have this one. I have a different one. So this one's dope.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
that one was specifically from Comic-Con in 2022.
Wow.
It's
Okay,
a
so I'm gonna
Comic-Con
be.
exclusive?
Yeah.
Is it,
so you
this
can't
isn't
get that
worth a
anywhere
whole
else.
bunch, is it? It's not worth like, I mean, like this isn't hundreds of dollars. I don't want you to spend hundreds of dollars on me.
No. You're good.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's cool. I'm gonna show that off. But
That's
yeah, like
badass.
I'd honestly say package this too
That is
well.
rad.
But now that I know that whatever, he's got all the popcorn peanuts in here. Yeah, this bad boy was taped up really good. So anybody watching, you know, Bionic Bro's got your back here. You're gonna be set up good to go.
And you didn't have
Yeah,
come on, boys.
you didn't have to steal it. I saw your post on
No.
Facebook. Stealing is cool, dude. I mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Not a problem, man. Happy to.
Damn, I can't even take a picture of it right now. I'll put it on Facebook or Twitter and shit later. Yeah, I appreciate it. But yeah, so yeah, man, this woke shit and the Hollywood stuff, man, I don't think it's going anywhere.
I don't think it's going to stop. I think it's just going to be subtle.
Well, it's not working for them.
Until they get a foothold, and then they're going to fucking push again.
What do you know about ESG funds?
Oh, yeah. But for the audience, yes. The investment firms and all that shit, BlackRock, all that, Cold Stone. No, the Cold Stone's
You don't think the new commander-in-chief's going to take care of that shit?
I don't think he's doing it fast enough.
Yeah,
That
I thought
shit
he
needs
was
to get-
already working on that.
He's working, but he's got other stuff on his plate, and I'll give him like, you know, credit for that. ESG's got to go next, dude. That thing is one of the major problems in the world, much less our country or our culture. You want to save
that.
children? That's the one.
There you go.
I was trying to take a screenshot, but I can't do it.
Oh.
Like I gotta press the two buttons at the same time. I can't do it. Hold on, let me try it one more time. Oh. It's not. Oh, there we go. I got it. Cool. I don't know if it was a good one, but I got it. Yeah, I just sit there. It's hard having having these tiny little hands. Yeah, this was awesome, dude. Thank you.
Not a problem. Happy to.
Yeah. ESG's got to go, bro. That shit's terrible.
that was like the thing that signed in by Obama that basically allowed investment firms to invest in social economic bullshit like the Green New Deal or whatever, like progressive ideology, rather than profitable businesses. So investment firms started funneling money from like the government was pushing them to start back like supporting companies that hit their ESG. What was that? Economic, social governance scores.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's not even that. Originally, ESG, that's environmental, social, and governance. And what they're doing is they're trying to provide some kind of way. Originally, they're trying to provide a way so that a company could get like some additional like financial support through like whatever trading funds and stuff like that, if they proved that they were that they had an impact on environmental, social governance. So they're like, I don't know, tax breaks or whatever the hell for if they had that kind of thing. That wasn't an issue. What became an issue is when social got expanded. They expanded on the S part of that, and that's where like Disney, instead of like making an environmental impact, they could make, they could go woke. And they
could do like transing your kids was social governance, basically like acceptability, and that was good for the environment because less people, right? Like let's like sterilize trans your kids. That's good for the environment. That's good social policy, and so bam, here's all investment firms go. That's why you get the fucking Rainbow Month. That's why you've got Target and all these companies. That's why Bud Light thought they were going to get away with the Dylan Mulvaney thing. That's why it all happened. Is all the ESG shit, and that's going to stop now that we are aware of it. I don't think it's going to go away quick.
You can't bring that up. You can't bring up the Bud Light thing unless you're going to show a clip of what's his name blasting up
Shane
a bunch of
Gillis?
cases with a shotgun.
Oh, yeah.
Kid Rock. Yeah.
Kid Rock. Yeah, but it was only a couple months later he was at a stadium drinking Bud Light. So good on Kid Rock for setting off that movement and like let's make a stand or whatever. Let's make a point. But a couple months later,
when you're able to buy a 24-pack for $1, that is right up Kid Rock's alley. You kind of forced his hand at that point.
That's true. I will say
not gonna
the gas that when a 6 or 12-pack of Shiner is like almost $20, and sitting next to it's a 30-pack of Bud Light for $2. I'm like, oh man.
If it ain't Modelo or Sam Adams, I don't want to mess with it.
It's like, how gay am I? Am I that gay to save $18? Damn.
You're only gay if you like IPAs.
Yeah, IPAs are gay.
Yeah, I think we can all agree on that. IPAs are terrible.
If you're not drinking Natty Ice, man, that's the original right there.
Oh, yeah.
Keith Stone, baby.
I know if you're from South of 65.
Yeah, Keystone is actually, I think I was drinking that the other day. Keystone
This
Light.
is coming from the guy, like, I'm literally drinking, like, multiple gallons of the shit that I brewed in my own bathtub.
I drank all the stuff you gave me, and I got brain damage. I know. I got, like, you can't tell? You can't tell that I drank it all already?
I actually made a poisonous batch of wine. Like, it was fucking us up. So I'm going to, like, distill it.
Oh, and I learned I've got this allergy medicine that's got pseudoephedrine in it, and I learned
we all have those moments, Mo.
I learned if you have like pseudoephedrine, like Dayquil, NyQuil that has pseudoephedrine in it, or this other stuff, and then you drink alcohol, it actually fucks your brain up.
Oh, that's like a serious. Yeah, no, pseudoephedrine. How do you pronounce it? Like you do that with like
alcohol. Yeah, you'll go brain dead. I didn't realize that, but I was taking pseudoephedrine, and hence why half the time my fucking brain doesn't work at the end of the day when I'm drinking. I had to put a stop to it. I stopped taking that shit. So I had to just take the allergy medicine that doesn't do as good.
The option was that or stream.
Yeah, so I'm a stream, of course. I don't care if I sound like Patrick Thomas Parnell. I got a stream.
Damn. Oh, so have you guys been good, man? I got me and Zayd had our little. We squashed our beef now or whatever. That was just a personal.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, I figured.
I don't like my boys
it was
fighting.
gay.
Yeah, not
it was
cool.
gay. I mean, I'll be honest, like it's whatever.
It was entertaining.
He just thought, well, oh man, it was frustrating for me. But we're good now. He reached out, he apologized, and then I accepted and apologized. But we're cool now, so there's no beef. Like we've been sharing like songs back and forth. But I don't know if we're gonna be as cool as we once were, or whatever. But at least we're on that. But yeah. So what happened is my schedule. Since then, here the last few weeks, I've been sleeping and going to bed at like early. So I've been kind of missing your guys' streams. Have you guys been doing all right and shit?
Oh yeah,
Just hanging out.
Yeah.
Missed you.
Okay. I miss you guys too. I got a Paulus Arts is working on dude. He's like he started on it, but yeah, he's doing some animated characters for me, dude. He just did a Trump for me. Bro, it's so good. He told me not to share it. I might share it with you. I'll send it to Bionic Bro and he can show it if he wants. But I am like freaking sweating out here, dude. So I'm gonna roll in, guys. I love you guys, and I'm gonna be hanging out in the chat though, and have the fan blowing on me inside the dumpster. So
cool.
Yeah, man. Stay cool. I love that you get out of his own intro.
Oh hell yeah!
I needed that so much. It's been way too long.
Yeah,
do you realize how long I've been waiting to use that?
Yeah, D-Wag, you got to come in, man. You got to come in more often. He got that made especially for you.
Right.
Cheers to the
But we
D-Wag.
are getting at the top of the second hour. Yeah. Let's take a look at Outlaw Nights with Ben one last time before we get out of here.
All right, we are looking at $493. We are only $7 away to meeting his funding goal, which is $500. $7, people. Hold on, I need to hit refresh. Not that it would probably matter. Nope, it didn't matter. That would have been really cool though if it did, right?
Yeah.
Right. But Outlaw Nights.
Stop spending all your money on Riri Williams and spend it on Outlaw Nights.
Right? Spend it on something you're gonna get some value in return.
Yeah, something that's gonna be cool, man. And this book's looking better and better. Like issue 2 is looking better than the first issue. You're saying we got like 10 in store?
Oh yeah, at least.
Nice. 16 days left. You planning on going in demand?
Oh yeah.
I noticed the first one's still in demand.
This is the year of the outlaw. This is time for Outlaw Nights to take over the world.
Oh yeah. How much longer until the first one? You got the first one in demand, and that one's
I mean, that's basically a storefront. Like I've already fulfilled everybody on it. Like
nice. All right. So go back Outlaw Nights 2. My personal recommendation. You know what? All these campaigns are marked. They're doing $25 campaigns. Well, guess what you get on this one? You get issues 1 and 2 for $25 right here, plus all the stretch goals and everything, and it's looking awesome. And he's got 6 a.m. in the works. We're going to get some 6 a.m. stickers.
Woohoo!
Plus the list. Space. Pirates.
Is TNA. Oh, dude, your Kickstarter. Tell me you got 20 variant covers of TNA on Kickstarter.
Shit.
The Kickstarter is doing horribly. I'm probably going to have to take it down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Kickstarter, but unless you got like 30 TNA covers, it makes sense at that point.
God, Mo.
I keep telling Mo over and over, like, there's more women coming down the line, okay? You just got to be patient. And you got to back Outlaw Nights because otherwise you're not going to get those women.
Right.
Mo, $7. Come on. Do it.
Go up there and refresh. See if anything happens.
Oh yeah, let me do this. Let's go up and refresh.
Should we start a chant? Mo.
Here we go.
Mo.
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 Yeah.
Mo.
Yeah.
Mo.
There it is.
Whoa!
We did it. 528. Let's go. Awesome.
Awesome.
We are 100% funded
so
right
rad.
here on Bionic Bro channel.
There we
It
go.
happened here, folks.
Yeah.
Did Mo just
528.
credit for somebody else doing that?
That's awesome.
That is
Whoever did that,
awesome.
awesomeness, man. Thank you very much.
Who did do that? Was it somebody here? Like seriously, like
If you're the one watching this show, clearly you're watching the show. Put your backer number or whatever in here in the chat right here. Is it Luniverse?
I'm not sure.
Give us a thumbs up or
Is it
something.
Mo? Was it D?
Darren says bow. Mo says congrats. Luniverse,
Oh.
confetti.
Yay.
Yeah, dude. We got it. We're at 100%. Let's get that thing going even
Nice.
higher.
Awesome.
Now we're going to go into demand in 16 days, and we're going to get this book up to. What do you think? What do you think, Fusebox? Where is this campaign going to go?
We gotta get 8 figures, 9 figures, 10 figures, 11 figures,
11
you get a
figures,
comic, you
folks.
get a comic. Everyone gets a comic.
12 figures.
And a car.
I need Elon Musk to give me all of his money.
We're going to get this book so far up in the stratosphere, everyone's going to get a car as a stretch goal.
Yes.
And it's only going to cost you $25 for both issues.
It's going to be a fancy European car with images of the Outlaw Nights characters, pasteled onto it.
And maybe a Riri Williams on the back.
Oh.
Yes.
Riri.
If we can get up to $1 million, we will get Riri Williams to be a part of this project. The actress, what's her name? I don't know her name.
Do you think Marvel even bothers suing you for Riri Williams copyright?
Look,
I
Disney
don't even know if
owes
they'll care.
Disney owes me because here's the thing. I come out with Outlaw Nights issue number 1. 2 years later, what do I see? Star Wars Outlaws.
Right.
Oh, and a lot of that show takes place at night. I know. Yeah. I know. I see what you're saying.
And it was their first issue.
And they didn't even do it right. They had a weird woman with a weird chin thing who Jabba the Hutt thought was just the bestest ever.
Let's face
And
it.
that
they
dude
won't
with the
make it
weird
right.
and the dude with the weird hat.
I don't even remember him.
It was the dude with the big, what's his name, Cabal hat or whatever. The hat from, oh God, Mortal Kombat. What's that guy's name with the hat? He throws the hat and it's got like a rim on it, and it like it's like, it's like the James Bond guy's got the hat. Odd Job. Odd Job's got the hat, but then Mortal Kombat had the guy with the hat that could do the same thing, the Odd Job hat, and then Outlaws came out and it's got a guy with a hat. He looks Amish.
And Kung Lao was my favorite Mortal Kombat character. They knew.
It was
and
Kung
they
Lao.
stole it again.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I see things that most people don't see. And Outlaw Nights did it first. Just like that Gatling gun.
Yeah.
Do I got to show that? It's going to take me forever to pull that shit up.
It's on this one, right? You can scroll down to it.
Now, I can scroll down to this image, but then I got to go pull up the Jose Garcia other image, and that's going to take me a minute on another page here.
Good lord.
Hold on. Merc made. I'll pull it up. Because this is why you back this book, folks, to get the original AR-13L.
I mean, I just
Sharp hat guy.
Everybody's conspiring against me. It's all a conspiracy.
We are no strangers to that controversy. We've
No
personally been slated by Michael Bancroft. We have been slated by Zaid Comics. They're stealing our ideas left and right.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, here we go. All right, I'm pulling it up now. This is the Ariel 13 image that totally ripped off.
I had forgotten about this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. This is serious shit right here. And I like Jose Garcia's artwork. I mean,
We have not had
that's a spin image of Outlaw Nights.
Gun.
But that is the same thing, dude. And this is like not new. This controversy has existed. Oh wait, wrong one.
Always
There we
shitting on
go.
the little guy.
Yeah, but she's got a dinosaur and like shooting laser
Yep.
blasts.
Bonus points for the alien dinosaur.
But she's got red hair.
Yeah, Lunaverse is apparently he's objecting to Code's lack of hair.
I don't
See,
mind.
Oh, am I cutting out again? Oh man,
You're back
cutting out
now.
again.
Take a shot.
I'm back. Damn it! All right, I'll take a shot. Here we go. Outlaw Nights number 2. Go
Yay.
back it now.
Fully funded.
Yeah.
Fully funded.
Indeed. Well, thank you to whoever pushed us over. You're choosing to remain anonymous.
Appreciate
Exciting.
that. That's awesome.
Whoo boy.
And it
All right.
happened-
Universe is asking that we watch the new Spider-Man Noir film trailer. Do we want to watch that before we go? Ben, you're the guest. You say yay or nay.
I mean, heck, let's just do it. Let's just do it.
Just tear off the Band-Aid.
Yeah.
I mean, I've sat through so many trailers that have made me just
All right.
dead
Well,
inside that I
It's
mean,
not
why
real,
not?
dude.
I'll tell you
It's not
this.
real.
I'll tell you this. The Spider-Man Noir film is happening. It is a live-action version, and it is the voice actor of Spider-Man Noir from the Spider-Verse films,
Which was kind of cool.
which
Well, yeah, I
means this is
respect
Nicolas
that.
Cage.
Oh,
Oh, let's respect
Wait,
that.
is it Nicolas Cage?
Yes, it's Nicolas Cage.
John
I did not
Madden?
know that.
Okay, I've never mind. I'm sold.
I got that.
All right, here we go. As soon as I find that play button.
Have you seen it out there? The city's a mess. The people could use a hero. I hope they find someone.
Oh wow. No way.
Yeah, way. How the fuck do I get everybody back up here? There we go.
So interesting. I like
Well-
different. I like that they're doing like a different kind of a thing, but
So
I don't
I'll
know
say
where
this. Spider-Man Noir is a comic book. It's been around for a while,
okay.
but I never read it. I played Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions on Xbox 360, and the Spider-Man Noir levels were my favorite parts of the game to play because it was black and white like Sin City. It had that noir feel. You went against gangsters like Hammerhead and those guys with the guns. It was awesome. And that feeling right there when he turned on his eyes as the headlights, like, you know, that was pretty cool just seeing that take place.
that was kind of, yeah, I agree. That was a good shot. Okay, and I like the Sin City thing. I like that scene. That was some good film there. Like the cinematography on everything I saw in the trailer, totally good with. Is this supposed to fit into any continuity, or is this just a total art project with
multiverse.
Spider-Man and we just enjoy what we get with it?
Popular character gets his own spin-off. That's what it is.
Yeah.
In a multiverse.
And it's Nicolas Cage.
Oh,
I
and
mean,
don't say multiverse. You're going to completely
no.
ruin
Spider-Verse. It's in a
This totally-
Spider-Verse.
This totally feels like an old Gumshoes and Gats film.
It does.
Love it.
Mhm.
I do like that.
It doesn't even feel like a Sin City. This feels like something that's going to be fresh, and I'm all about it.
I mean, just Nicolas Cage alone. That
You sold
alone.
me.
Yeah, I do like Nicolas Cage. And that John Madden is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I just learned about that today. Are those his real tits? Or is that
No,
a fat suit?
They got John
That's all the
Madden's,
pictures.
and they actually got John Madden's from the estate, and they gave him the Nicolas Cage to wear.
They did a casting of John Madden's tits, and then they like made a thing, a rubber suit, and put it on. Yeah. Oh man.
Sims. Touche.
Look, Riri Williams she's smart, she's funny, she's capable. We didn't really see evidence of that, but they tell me that that's how she is, so I choose to believe them.
She's looking at his schematics, and she's gonna make them better. You know, she's smarter than he is.
My God.
It's the same thing with Captain Marvel. They told me she's smart, she's capable, she's strong, so I believe them.
Well, she
That's
saved
all you
Iron
need
Man.
in a movie, right?
If it wasn't for Captain Marvel, Iron Man would have died in space.
Right.
That's true.
And
And
Spider-Man,
then
right? Didn't he help with that?
And Thanos
The
would have
teenager?
lost. No.
Yeah,
I don't excuse the shoehorning.
No,
of
because
Captain
Nebula was the one with Iron Man in space at that moment.
Shoehorning. There's so much. That's a wonderful term for this because that's exactly what's going on with so much of this. It's the shoehorning. I'm going to stand by it. I'm going to say, well, I'm not going to stand behind like Ironheart individual. You can razz me about that.
Ironheart's not going to be good.
I get it. It's not going to be good. But this is like at its core, I think this is what we need. Like not Ironheart per se, where it's just another ripoff of Iron Man. But a new character is what I'm arguing for.
Right.
Is like a
You
new
know what I was-
character, a new.
You're
franchise.
basically saying we need a new Fifth Element. But the problem is you're conflating shit like Ironheart with the concept of Fifth Element. And that's infuriating.
I don't want a new Fifth Element. I want.
No, I get what you're saying. You want
Project
to
Hail Mary. I want something that nobody.
You want a new character. That's not what Ironheart is. It's the antithesis of that.
You're right about that.
And so
You're right
listening to you like try to justify it, saying, "No, well, we need something fresh and new."
I am,
That's
and
awesome.
that's what I'm
That's
doing.
the opposite of
I'm
what the
trying to
fuck
justify
this
it. I am
is.
trying to like be like, oh my god, they made like one or two good decisions here. Maybe we could like give them a little pat on the back, a little baby powder, and put them.
They
out
don't
into
deserve
the
it.
world
They
and
deserve
be
a
like,
lashing
going in
for
a better
this.
direction.
Ladies and gentlemen,
No pats. They get lashings for this.
No, ladies and gentlemen, what Stanley is going through here is in one of the stages of grief.
Yes,
this is bargaining.
Now we went through this years ago.
This
I
is
get
bargaining. He's trying to, it's like, well, maybe
I am begging Hollywood, please just make a not shit movie.
You know they made Iceman gay, right?
Like a couple of times, didn't they?
You know they made Beast gay, right?
Yeah, they have. I know. I understand.
Juggernaut's
that.
gay.
Had this
Superman's
conversation.
gay.
I get it. Again, that's just them trying to like.
Wolverine's gay.
Pre-existing characters. My whole argument is that I don't mind. I don't give a shit about somebody being gay.
Who else? Robin's gay.
That other shit.
What else is gay
like,
now?
if you're gonna have like a gay character,
Superman's son.
Create a new good
Yes,
one.
the Superman's son's gay. Harley Quinn's gay with what's her name?
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy, who's now gay.
Poison Ivy hates
Penguin's now a girl.
No.
Superman, or was it Batman? Got ass raped in prison. The Hulk got ass raped. Dale Keown did a cry stream about it, and it was depressing. And I feel for him. When I watched it, I was there with Dale that entire stream. I felt bad for him because you could see the pain in his eyes.
Luna, exactly. Just make an original character and give it some damn do something good with it.
Yep.
Instead of just shoehorning this shit into pre-existing characters.
That's what we need. We don't need to justify this shit. We don't need to say maybe this will be good or maybe we need something better than this, but we're on the right path. No, this is the wrong path. We need new shit that's awesome. We need a new Ripley. We need a new Samus Aran. We need something cool that's badass and new and fresh.
And I realized that the Ironheart trailer, I'm like, there's something about this that is feeling familiar. And I realized it's reminding me of that Robin Hood remake of Robin Hood.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I was getting those vibes.
What was the deal with that black lady that played Jesus Christ?
Oh, that's coming up.
Yeah, that's a new thing coming up. Maybe that'll suit maybe that'll wet your whistle, Stanley.
Oh my gosh.
Well, after talking to you dickheads, maybe that's what I need in my life.
You need
Jesus.
black, non-binary female Jesus.
Well, is there really a White Widow? And if so, is she black?
No, it's
No, it's Yelena.
it's Yelena. The
Those fucking racists.
Well, I'm just saying Black Widow was white.
it's
Yeah,
the
no, White
Is that
Widow
her
should be
character
black.
name is White Widow? I forget.
it's the girl with the really bad Russian accent who keeps throwing out the quips.
Oh wow! Do a search for White Widow.
What's her
That's
name?
not what I was
That
expecting
actress.
to see.
All right, hold on. I haven't even seen White Widow. I didn't see Black Widow.
Yeah, she's the Yelena. She's the one who she does the stupid quips
She's
with
part
the
of the
bad Russian
Thunderbolts.
accent.
That's
Oh, not
weed.
that.
That's like weed, right? That's a weed
That's-
strain.
yeah.
I know weed
Yeah.
when I see weed.
That's some ganja.
That's
Oh,
the sticky icky.
We know White Widow.
That's the sticky icky. That's the
That's
loud.
weird because I don't even smoke weed. Why would the internet
Yum,
think?
yum.
And now it's like, okay, let's read. I like it when AI tells me something.
Look up Yelena or whatever the hell.
Yelena below. No,
Yeah.
why wouldn't? Here's the thing. I type in White Widow and it gives me weed. The second I elaborate and I say comic character, where's the images? No, Chat GPT or whatever the fuck this is has to tell me before you look this up. Just say it. I gotta get this out there real quick. The White Widow is a moniker. Don't get offended, folks. Used by two different characters in the Marvel comics. Okay, here you go. Yelena and
Belogova.
Venice from the Earth 23233. That's clever. Now we can scroll down and see. Oh, there she is.
Yep.
Am I the
Oh,
only
this
one
is
who
a
sees
Spider-Man
this shit?
character.
What's going on with the world, dude, and the internet? I type in White Widow. There's no spider called White Widow. There's only a character called White Widow, and apparently a weed strain.
It's actually a very strong weed strain. I actually smoked it before.
I don't smoke weed. I get like
Before weed, I spoke a lot slower.
weed makes like it's like a narcotic for me. I go to sleep. I can't smoke weed unless I'm really like tired.
But what is that? Who is that actress that played Yelena?
Yeah,
I'll
what's
let
her
Ye
name?
make a song about it.
I like her.
She would no, but like when she played the character, she annoyed me with that fake Russian accent. And
Florence Pugh. Sorry.
yes, that's her.
Florence Pugh. Pew pew pew.
And it was always, and she was the one who undercut all the drama behind them getting
made the Marvel
sterilized.
jokes.
Hold
Right.
on, this cover looks pretty good. Ah, you suck, Google Lens.
I blame the writing on that. I do because that was the Black Widow movie where they ham-fisted
Yeah.
a bunch
Are
of
you
just
kidding
Marvel
me?
tropes and poor CGI.
Where's it at?
Oh no, you're preaching to the choir with that, like
More
that.
images of that.
Because like that was a big dramatic story point in Age
There
of
it
Ultron.
is.
Was
I don't care if you're
her
ripping off
talking
Thunder.
about how heartbroken she was when she was sterilized, and then Yelena's making a joke to gross out the big Russian guy, where she's like, "Oh yeah, we got they took out our uteruses."
I am getting tired of these. I'm getting tired of these Todd McFarlane and all these homage covers.
I am too.
I did my Comicsgate homage to the Jim Lee thing. That was like a few people
He's
have had
dead
to
on
nix
God.
up. I had to like cut out some people that I drew in that picture, but yeah, this image
Red
in
Guardian.
particular. is
Red
like-
Guardian, the Soviet answer to Captain America, who turned into a giant joke about men.
Yep.
It's all very tiresome. All this shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gwenpool, Spider Gwen.
Yeah, guy from what's his name? Guy from Stranger Things. I like him.
Give us, you know what? Give us a new Storm. Storm was like a super hot, awesome character that revitalized the franchise that wasn't doing too hot. The X-Men.
Watch him cast the girl who's playing
David Harbour.
Watch him cast the chick who's playing Jesus as Storm. Like, watch it happen.
Oh, I heard something about that. Like they were talking about casting. I don't know if it was that actress, but I want to say it was that actress that was being cast to play Storm. Hold on, new casting for Storm. The character. I gotta say the character Storm. Otherwise, it's gonna give me some fucking methamphetamine stream. DeWanda Weiss. Who is DeWanda?
That's not her.
That's not the same person. And I want to say we actually did look this up in a few episodes ago.
It was the Wicked chick.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, because I told.
Okay, she's a good cast.
Yeah.
Just looking at that, she looks like she could play it.
Nah, I already told you my pick.
Who did you say? You did have a good pick. You're actually pretty good at casting. We should do a casting episode and let Jake.
Yeah, we need to.
cast
I
it.
agree.
Because I casted.
Her name is Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill. Here's the problem with me searching for this shit. How do you spell Cargill?
Yeah,
that's fish gill. Okay. Cargill.
Oh, damn it! Okay.
Oh, it turns out that's a strain of weed.
Yeah. Well, at least we're not getting Vagisil ads.
Oh. I could
see this chick as Storm.
She's a wrestler.
Yeah.
I don't know about that image.
And a lot of the outfits that she's been using lately look
somewhere.
like Storm outfits.
Somewhere. Hold on. Hang in there, folks. We'll find the. Okay, hold on.
Just type in Jade Cargill Storm.
Hold on. Jade Cargill hot.
And you have to capitalize it.
Oh, my cap locks are usually on all the time. Okay, here we go.
That's
not it either.
No, that booty pick up there.
Where?
At the top there. Yeah, that one. Ooh.
That's how you judge your Storm?
Booty, yes.
How do you judge your Storm?
Thunder cheeks, you know.
This chick is a little bit muscular for Storm.
I can get behind it. I can do it. And that was a double entendre.
I'm not totally opposed to it, but damn, this chick's like ripped. She's gonna make Gambit look bad.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I can.
Are we talking about Channing Tatum? Because I didn't like him as Gambit.
I actually didn't like him as Gambit either. 20 years ago, maybe this Deadpool movie was just like too late, dude.
Actually, because of the Deadpool movie, that Gambit thing is actually being talked about now.
I know, and the costume was good. Channing Tatum was too thick. His neck is too thick now. He's not scrawny.
He's not. Exactly. He's supposed to be like a beanpole. He's supposed to be like scraggly and, have a Louisiana accent, which he didn't.
I didn't know Channing Tatum was still doing stuff.
You didn't see the Deadpool Wolverine movie?
No.
Last thing she saw with him was Magic Mike.
Against my will.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this stupid. Where is my? There we go. Okay. The costume was okay. I don't know what's with this silver neck ring going on here. That was weird.
Yeah.
Other than that, the costume was pretty good. But yeah, Channing Tatum.
I mean, it wouldn't have been. It's a low cut thing to the chest there, that little black area. The silver neck ring thing. I mean, it would have been a lot worse if it was gold.
I don't hate it all, but like you were saying,
no, I'm kidding, dude. That looks like a choker.
No, obviously it looks like a choker, but what I'm saying is Channing Tatum, and I get the joke. The joke was that he was supposed to be Gambit a long time ago, and so they finally did it, and they gave him a spot on
Yeah.
Not only that, he is from Nolans.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I did laugh when he was talking with that accent, and I couldn't understand a fucking word he was saying. I have worked with Cajuns, and I know they don't like to be called Cajuns. Some of them don't like to be called Cajuns. They get really pissed. Those Cajuns that I worked with, the ones that get pissed when I call them Cajuns, those guys talk just like that.
I thought Channing Tatum was from Alabama.
Well, you can nail that accent.
He's from the Bayou.
Oh.
Well, he never came by my house.
I got the joke, and I appreciated that they did everything they did with him, and the costume actually did look good, except for that weird silver choker. That was weird.
Yeah. It does look like patent leather, like cosplay underneath.
I mean,
looks
yeah,
like stuff.
the jacket is where it's at because, like, we've never gotten. Even the comic books have gotten away from like the jacket and the color scheme and everything in Gambit.
Yeah, but even they exaggerated Wolverine in that.
Yeah,
He
you're
went
right.
to be that short. The dude's like supposed to be like 5'5", 5'7". I'm 5'9", so he'd be like 2 inches shorter than me, but he should still be able to reach over a bar.
You know what? I wish they had done the eyes. Like this picture right here is talking about. They fucked it up with the Wolverine movie, and they fucked it up with this Deadpool movie. It's not a huge budget to just give him the eyes, dude. That's the only thing we wanted from the Wolverine movie.
So, yes, I agree with this. The eyes, I totally agree. That is absolutely integral here. But also, he's that shirt, dude. It looks like
looks like he's got cleavage.
It does. What is that called? Like those
pecs?
Corset? It looks like a corset.
Oh, it does kind of look like a corset. Yeah, but it's Gambit. Gambit looks like he's wearing a corset.
No, if you look at it, like there's even if you do a search for Gambit X-Men in Google Images and stuff like that, there's like some fan art stuff of people doing stuff that looks really cool. And then you hold it up next to Channing Tatum's like loving eyes. Soft, loving eyes.
All right.
I think they could have done that silver neck ring thing. What drives me the most nuts about this whole thing.
Yeah,
like,
it shouldn't
and
have
the
been
eyes. The eyes should have been changed. That's what we want in Gambit. The eyes.
Do a search real quick. Do a search for Gambit X-Men. There's one image in particular that I'm like, dude, this is the Gambit that I want.
All right, here's what's going to happen. It's going to give me 97.
Okay, scroll down just a hair. It's a YouTube video thumbnail for that one right there.
Which one?
Channing Tatum? X-Men reboot. That one.
That's not Channing Tatum, though.
Maybe even if it is, it's not the Channing Tatum that we got.
That's not Channing Tatum at all.
I don't think it is. I don't know. I don't care. This is the Gambit that I wanted.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. This is like the costume. This is kind of the aesthetic that I want to see. Not that weird, like, thick leather shit around his head. That's not what that thing is. That's like akin to like ninja garb, right? That's not like some thick ass rubber shit on your head. Who wears that?
I don't know.
It's gonna be ninja
right.
garb.
There's just little things. You're right. Like nitpicking all the little things. Like his hair is all like, "Oh, I've had a bad day." Channing Tatum is hair. Like, dude, I spent 3 hours in a chair getting this done.
Yeah. Now this is definitely the Gambit hair, the actual Gambit haircut, and that's the Gambit jacket. And I'll actually I actually think that whatever that shirt is, I don't know why it's separating the breastplate, but this is definitely a better aesthetic. That's not Channing Tatum, but
yeah. But
you know who would be great?
Spend $10 million on Channing Tatum.
I got it.
Dude.
No, I got it better. I got a better one. Ezra Miller would be the best fucking Gambit.
God.
I'm gonna recast the MCU. I'm gonna put him
You
as
guys were
Ezra
giving
Miller's.
Mo. You were giving me so much shit earlier, and you're gonna let that slide, dude? Seriously?
Yeah,
Come on,
Gambit
Mo.
versus Arcade. That'd be badass. And Wolverine too. Wolverine thought he was getting covered in scorpions because of Arcade, or was that Mojo? Anyways, they were like, he was all like, "Oh no, I'm covered in scorpions. That's the one thing that I'm afraid of. Even though I have an adamantium skeleton, that sucks." Remember that?
All right.
You know what? We're gonna recast the entire MCU to all be Ezra Miller.
That sounds like an
Yes!
amazing idea.
Yes, I've already got Wolverine. I've already got that one done.
Peter did that video.
And and guess who I cast as Mojo, by the way?
Ezra
You will
fucking
actually
Miller.
no, you'll like it. What's her name again? Whoopi Goldberg.
God.
Whoopi Goldberg would be the perfect Mojo. Think about it. She got the voice. She got the face. Just paint her yellow, and she's fat, and she's already got it. She's got the dreads. Just paint her dreads silver and her face yellow, and bam, you got Mojo.
All right. Guys, we're coming up on 11 o'clock. With that, I want to thank Ben and Samantha for being here.
Yeah.
My co-hosts always joining me. I appreciate it, guys. Got anything
Hell
left
yeah.
that you want to say, Peter?
I just want to say, I think.
Hey guys. We just wanted to wish you good luck. Wish you good luck. You're the best team. You're the best team.
Sure you do. Sure you do. We just wish you would get the face.